Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. It made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be trippin', starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 279 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can also find not just here, but you can also find us. You can find us on Google. You can find us on Apple. You can find us on Amazon. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere good podcasts may be found. Make sure if you do, make sure you leave us a rating. Helps us find more listeners like yourself. And also, while you're here, make sure if you haven't done so before, you just kind of been lurking, hanging around, not really, not really, getting involved. Just watching from on high. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button too if you haven't. Just give a little tickle. Also get that notification bell too. It's a hot spot. Carter, how you doing?
I got two things I want to talk to you about real fast.
Oh, go ahead.
So, because I told you I was going to get it. That I picked up the Blood Hunt trade this week, right?
Yeah.
Because I told you I wanted a whole entire story. I wanted a whole entire 1-2 punch bang bow. So we got, camera work. We got Blade Volume 1.
There you go. You got it.
Blade Volume 2, and then go right in the Blood Hunt. I wanted to read all of them 1, 2, 3 bow. I wanted a complete story, and that's when I realized when I was reading Blood Hunt. It's all of Blood Hunt series in there, and I'm just like, this ain't alluded or said nothing about that Brian Hill Blade series in its entirety. Like, I don't know if I'm missing something that was lost in translation.
No,
maybe it was a tie-in, because the only tie-in I read was the one that Brian Hill did, was Midnight Suns, which I also want to get, but because I heard that the Black Panther mini was also, or the tie-in was also good, but those don't come out until February. But I'm reading Blood Hunt, and I'm just like, dog, this ain't got a goddamn thing to do with this.
Not none of it. Not none of it.
It made me so mess. I'm like, what the fuck was the point? So that was the one thing. Another thing, we talked about it when we recommended it. We recommended a distillery book, and you and I both were talking about how, well, before I say that, we recommended the distillery book, The Missionary, from Ryan Stickman. One of you amazing people in the Discord. You had me again tell you what it was because you wanted to go pick the book up and read it yourself. But it was the way they asked what the book was that was hilarious. But I digress. So I had already had the Stegman single issue that's come out so far, but I said I actually wanted like something that was already complete from them. So I got Gone.
Okay. John. It's a John special.
This is one of the first ones that they released, which what I thought was funny, because you and I, because one thing that you've shown several times was that Chris Claremont, that Uncanny X-Men omnibus you have, but you got the variant of it with the mohawk and shit.
Yeah.
So one thing that I thought was funny was the distillery books have a variant. There's a variant of this series called Gone, but it's the same stuff in there. It's just different cover. And this bad boy was, well, the sticker price says $30, but my comic shop gives you 20% off. So I only paid $21 for this bad boy, which is pretty much as far as I would tell anybody to pay for it. But the variant for that with the same guts, just different makeup, different lip gloss, $75.
So we paying for the next Eisner award. We gotta.
You don't see nothing about no goddamn Eisner on this story. But the reason I want to talk to you is because now that I got a distillery hardcover in my hand, number one, this is actually a little bit bigger than the Essential Judge Dredd I have. This is actually bigger. This is actually taller. It's 3 issues. That was all it was. But I gotta tell you, I've reread this like 2-3 times this week.
Oh damn.
It was like gone from okay. Have you ever watched Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah.
This feels like an episode of Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
This feels like a really good episode of Love, Death, and Robots. It ain't perfect, because nothing ever is, but you get a beginning, a middle, and an end in 3 issues, a nice little story, and it ends in a way where you don't really want to see what else is going to happen. Thank you, I am Gregor D, for gifting 5 memberships
Oh yeah.
while I was talking, but now I got to talk to you, and thank you for doing that because you interrupted my fucking story. But I would recommend you to pick this up, because you know where we get our books is fucking $15. So I would say, yeah, absolutely get it for 15. But dude, this was a really good story about a young girl, I'm gonna say maybe 14, 15, 16, something like that, getting trapped on a plane or on a spaceship, and she's trying to find a way to get home. And this was a really good story in 3 issues. So this was something I just wanted to talk to you about, just because it was good. It was good. $75 for 3 issues, good. I'll punch you in your damn nose. But it was really, 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 really good. And I also wanted to show you, hold on. I wanted to show you that cover gallery I had told you about. Now, everybody watching, you all have trade paperbacks, you all have hardcovers. You know how they got the back guts of the book you read, and when all the story is finished, you're getting pencils, you're getting inks, you're getting scripts, you're getting variant covers from those different issues that you read.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a variant a page. So you got one variant here, turn it. Another variant, turn it. Because Distillery does these like widescreen format fucking variant covers to where they wrap around the entire issue. Distillery were real nasty. Let me see if I can show this. You get 2 variants a page. Those are 2 variants. These 2 different variants for the book. Okay. All right, that's one. Here's some more variants. You get 2 variants a page. Wow. Look at that. 2 variants a page. Oh, boy, 2 variants a page. But yeah, it was good. That was a good story from Jock, man. That was a good story. I'm still upset about the blood hunt, but because that was one thing I did want to talk to you about. Like, you really got to work hard to make it have something to do with Brian Hill Blade series. Because what I said in my head was, you know what? Varney was the first vampire, so Dracula got some of that blood in there. I guess because, I mean, you could say because Dracula gave Blade his blood, he technically was able to. I had to work a part-time job to make Blood Hunt and Brian Hill Blade series work. So I wanted to ask you, those tie-ins that you read, like, does any of that okay, he just shaking his head for all you audio fans. He just shaking his head. No, Blood Hunt ain't got nothing to do with Brian Hill Blade series. So again, I asked you the goddamn question. What was the point?
So the thing I said, like up until the reveal, up until the reveal that it was in fact Varney, the thing I kept telling people was I'm gonna need Jed to show his work. Because the thing is, you had an easy layup. All you had to do was just take the Brian Hill stuff. It could have very easily have been meshed in with what Jed was trying to do. Whether it was the Dracula's influence via the blood or the destruction of the what was the Adani or whatever the fuck the heifer's name was. Because there was that whole ominousness.
Now you almost made me choking. I'm gonna start coughing again.
Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad. I apologize. No, I ain't trying to assassinate you. I ain't trying to take you out.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But you know, when they made the reveal that it was Varney, and it's like, and basically this is, and I, you know what? I don't want anyone to be able to say that I'm not being fair. So here's what I'm gonna do. I want to answer a question I saw in the chat earlier. Someone asked, is Miles Morales still a vampire? Yes, he is still a vampire. He has a new suit though.
See,
he has a new suit though. It's vibranium. It's vibranium.
But I hate when they do that shit because
it'll
only last.
It's vibranium.
So what I thought was funny is it kind of looked like he going to the Hellfire Gala in that fit.
Right? It does kind of look like the Hellfire Gala fit.
What always pisses me off, if Peter does it, if Miles does it, if Tony does it, those suits are only gonna last for give or take 5-6 issues, maybe the rest of the arc, maybe,
and then gone.
But when that new creative team come now,
get that shit up out of here.
Man, that shit got messed up by Pym particles or something.
Man, he spills. See, what happened was, you see, when Miles had that last costume and they switched back to old John, what happened was he was out swinging around and he had a hot dog with some mustard on it, and the mustard got on the costume. And you know how yellow just show the mustard and get on some red, and you can't. He tried to wipe it off, and it rubbed it into the fabric, so he had to go get the old fit out. That's basically how that works.
And it would be some ugly ass shit like what he just said. It's
it'll be something stupid. But I want to make sure that I'm very clear when I say this. So when they make the reveal that Varney is piloting Blade, they do not show the work.
Mm-hmm.
They do not show the work. It is basically hand waved away that at some point, off panel, in between the time of the Bryan Hill Blade series and Blood Hunt, Varney got his hands on Blade and performed a second ritual. Now, I talked about this before.
So nasty, bruh.
I talked about this before.
Yeah.
I talked about this before. You mentioned that this was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe it was in the 90s. One of the 90s Blade series.
Yeah.
Where, and you know what? I think it was Vampire
They have
Hunter.
one of the little it was because they have it in there. Like when I tried this the first time, it didn't happen, but this time it took, and they tell you go read Blade Vampire Hunter. I can't remember what fucking issue it said, but they do tell you that.
So basically it was the fourth. I think it was the fifth issue. It's the fifth issue. And matter of fact, here, I got you. Y'all don't even trip. I got you. It was Blade the Vampire Hunter, not just Blade, like, because they had different series. You had Blade and you had Blade the Vampire Hunter. So basically what they did, this is the moment that they're talking about right here. They're talking about this moment. This is Varney right here, basically trying to pull a Shang Tsung on Blade, and it didn't work. It didn't play out the way that he had wanted. Also, there was the Bloodline series. I almost forgot about Bloodline. There was a Bloodline series where Deacon Frost tried to perform a ritual on Blade that didn't seem to work. And they didn't do anything with that either. Like I said, man, look, I would have let this is why, Blood Hunt is the reason why people think that I don't like Jed MacKay. I love Jed MacKay. I love his work. But I'm sorry. I need you to show your work. Blood Hunt is the equivalent of, you can't, like Blood Hunt was the equivalent of, Marvel let y'all use the calculator on the test. And because you had the calculator, you didn't show your work. You just wrote the answer in. I need this for all writers. I need you to show your work. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I say this all the time, y'all. I say this all the time. This isn't new. This isn't something that just here. As a matter of fact, here I got y'all. I got y'all. Don't you worry your pretty little head, y'all. See right here. I got it right here for you. Occam's razor. To apply Occam's razor, determine how many assumptions and conditions are necessary for each explanation to be correct. 2, if an explanation requires extra assumptions or conditions, demand evidence commensurate with the strength of each claim. 3, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And thing is, there was no work shown. We just rushed into it. Yeah, because
all that Occam's razor bullshit. Jed Man K said no because comics. Pocket sand.
Yeah, pocket sand in your face, right there in your face. Just ooh, shit. That's what he did. That's basically what he did. And I'm sorry, but like I said, I love him to death.
Yeah.
I love Jed McKay to death. I think he is a fantastic writer.
You wouldn't have the omnibus if you didn't. And that was totally a way for me to look at the omnibus he just got. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this was in Damages. Carter and I talked about this.
Oh, no, we don't let them know that cheat code. I already told them the goddamn
sorry. Y'all don't get to know that. Y'all don't get to know that. Sorry. No, that's trade secret. Trade secret.
Yep. We let them know that part.
No. Because I want my. No.
You got damn right.
They had me like Gollum up in this motherfucking bill.
I saw somebody post email. Oh, look, it's not crazy. It's having a sale, and they just posted a bunch of shit that they got on sale. I'm like, it's starting. Okay.
So it begins. So it begins.
You got the omnibus? You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, good sir.
But no. Y'all mind your business on that. Mind your business. Stay out of grown folks' business.
No, y'all don't get to know about that.
Get your ass out this kitchen. You and your uncle in here talking. Get your ass out this kitchen. That's what this is.
Don't you look, grown folks is talking right now. But no, real quick, I do want to say, because we do have some got some super chats and got some donos in the building that I want to address before we move too much further.
Yeah.
First, let's hit the cousin of Vampire Hunter D, Vampire Hunter Greg, out here with the 5. Says Blerd, just want to congratulate you for reaching 100K subs. Also, wanted to recommend Eric Powell's The Goon is amazing. It's funny and well drawn.
I've been looking at that, dude.
I heard some people talking about it.
I've walked past it. There's an omnibus of it in the little bargain bin at my LCS, and just the Goon just sounds hilarious. And I always start thinking about Plies when I hear Goon. If you all can think back that far, but I've been wanting to look at it just because that was when I was wanting to read Lobster Johnson. I was wanting to read Mike Mignola stuff. Then I just decided, you know what? We just gonna start on Dread and then we're gonna work our way to it. But yeah, I have been looking at the Goon like several times this week, especially when I grabbed that distillery book. Because I said, you know what, that's something else. I'm trying something different with the distillery stuff. I want to keep going. So that's actually something I have been looking at. So thank you, Vampire Hunter Greg. Just don't bite nobody.
Also, I just want to point this out too, and you know what, maybe I will very soon, because I actually have it on good authority that the Goon, the Goon is readily available on Global Comics. Global Comics, get your 33% off your first year subscription of Global Comics by either scanning that QR code right there on the screen. You can take you right to the app on your iPhone or Android device. And also, if you do so, make sure you use the promo code GCX, Blur Without Fear. All this information is down in the description below. Also, you can use the command, whether you are on YouTube or Twitch, !GCX, GCX, and it will give you the same information. You may also click the link that is also accompanied with that. If you click that link, you, my good friend, will be taken to the website, and you will be able to put in your information and get access to your 1-year subscription. By the way, just for you, for those who don't know, Global Comics typically runs $89.99 a year, though they do often do an entry-level pricing of $79.99 for your first year. However, you click that link, you're getting $59.99 for your first year, just because you fuck with me. So yeah, there you go. Also, because we talk about showing your work here, right here, bam, look at that, the Goon right there on the website,
okay.
Right there. An omnibus volume, mind you. Look at that. Look at all that Goon. Look at all that Goon just right there on the screen. Look at that.
It sounds nasty when you say it like that. Don't say it.
It does. It really.
You're doing
does.
an ad, Ernie. Don't be nasty when you're doing an ad.
I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. But yeah, there are 5 volumes worth of omnibus material of the Goon.
Bet.
So is it all over my screen?
Oh God. Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Anyway. That said,
wow. He's on the 4th. Right, infamous Mike. Okay, yeah, damn.
Blerd's gooning in public. Hey, it's okay when it's on. It's okay when it's in omnibus format. It's okay when it's.
It is not, sir. It is most definitely not okay in any format. Don't do that.
You know what? I guess speaking of
Yeah.
While we're talking about plugs, shameless or otherwise, I will also say too, you can self-publish on Global Comics if you so choose to. You can do all kinds of stuff on there. But yes, they do have some. There are some crowdfunded comics on there. There are comics that I recollect were at one point in time crowdfunded. But those are like well after the fact, to my understanding. But that said, we also before and I want to make sure I address before we go too terribly much further. We do also have and I'll get to the other thing. We got LP3 with 10. With the hot 10, says, happy Saturday, Cave. I really enjoy the Poison Ivy Swamp Thing one shot. I need to actually go back and read that. I didn't get a chance to read that.
I do too.
You say you did?
No, I need to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing until I saw it when I was picking up the distillery book. I just saw that chilling right there. I'm like, I do apologize in advance, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh, like, wait, are they fucking? Like,
yeah,
that's where my mind went. Are y'all trying to get? Is Swamp Thing trying to get too deep into the grain? Alec Holland is a freak. I didn't know, so I need to read it.
Elite, you ain't shit. What's a goon to a goblin?
Oh God.
What's a goon to a goblin? Oh man, I love it. We got as far as the did I lose you, Carter?
No, I'm here. You sound you got lost in the Matrix.
That's what you sound like to me.
Oh wow. I think it's up now though.
Here, I'm gonna take. Yeah, because your camera your camera went like. We got frozen. At least we got frozen Carter.
I don't know how we got lost in the sauce there for a second.
We got iced earth Carter right now. There we go. Oh wait, it's coming back. It's.
Oh boy.
Yep, there's a.
I said auto-tune. Ernie sounds auto-tune to me. That is weird.
Yeah, I think it. I want to say it's on your side.
Oh boy.
Because not Frozone, not T-Pain Carter. Oh my god.
I'm not buying any of y'all drink. Fuck all of you. I want to take the one real quick till I figure this out.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do you think?
Okay.
What I was gonna say, I guess this is actually a prime opportunity. What I'm gonna do is real quick. I want to remind everybody that we are going to be doing a special giveaway. Now, I want to make it clear that the way this giveaway is going to work, and then we're gonna do we're gonna talk about the giveaway. Then we're gonna go into our topic. Oh, there he is. We're gonna get into there we go. We're gonna get into our topic, and I'm gonna give everybody an opportunity to get involved. So basically, the way this is gonna work, and the way it should work, and the way I hope that this works, the way I hope that this will work is we are going to do. We're gonna be doing Actually, we're gonna be doing a couple of different giveaways. I'll be honest with you. We're doing here's what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. And we're gonna have to do these one at a time. So we're gonna do the I kind of want to do some of the smaller ones. I want to do one of the smaller ones first. Just so and then we can kind of I don't know. We'll see. I'm actually debating. You know what? I tell you, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do the console giveaway here today. I'm gonna do the other stuff just to not complicate matters. I will do them this coming Thursday for the next ones. But basically what we're gonna do is console giveaway. It is going to be winner's choice of a console you're choosing. You're going to be able to choose between a PlayStation 5, a Nintendo Switch, or an Xbox Series X. And I not like future shit, but whatever is available right now currently. Because I'm not going through the madness of trying to secure future consoles that are fresh off the presses, because that shit is always a fucking nightmare.
This is base PS5, regular Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X. We trying to do nice by y'all by not putting a nasty Series S on there. This is not a way for you all to try to get the PS5 professional. No.
Oh, you know what?
You can choose from them though.
Oh yeah, and actually, I agree with John Stewart. We're gonna have to get these likes up. These likes are egregious. You know what? Here,
That sounded so smooth. I agree with John Stewart, and I had to look like, are we gonna talk about a Green Lantern book? And I had to look at the chat.
Yeah, I don't like these likes. I don't like this like to people in the chat ratio. I don't like it. I don't like
either, and I was gonna stop you myself, but I realized I hadn't refreshed YouTube because mine said 9, and I'm like, where y'all getting this 60 from? Hold up.
He's like, wait a minute, wait, what? No. The math is not mathing. I do not appreciate that the math is not mathing. The math needs to come up. I'm gonna need y'all. Look,
not for a console. We letting you all pick what you want. No,
right? No. Hey, look, not after all this hard work Jonathan Moda had done. No. You see, I thought I was gonna say me.
These likes match the numbers, Carter will have to read all 200 issues of Savage Dragon, and just like that, Trap God Thanos went to the hole. So,
oh no, don't put him in the hole.
I started not to answer your goddamn question at the end, later on in the show, but we just gonna put you in the hole for a minute. That's all.
He's just this motherfucker. He's like, don't suggest that. Don't suggest that. He's like, don't put that kind of don't put that juju on him. But no, so here's the thing. That I will say. The way this is gonna work is gonna be very, very simple. Once some likes come up. Once some likes come up, I'll tell you how this works. But because I see 170 people, I see 130 likes. I'm gonna need that to come up just a little bit more. But the way this is gonna work, and I think I said this in my video earlier this week, but one caveat: you need to be you need to be in the contiguous
Words.
United States. Now, that is, for those that don't understand what that means, here, I'm going to bring this up just so everybody sees. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up and look, sometimes AI is hoed, but this is the one time the AI is not hoed. Okay, right here, bam, you see that? Contiguous United States, the 48 United States that share a border and the District of Columbia. So basically what that means, if you in Alaska, Hawaii, or any other U.S. territory such as American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, or the U.S. Virgin Islands, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help you out. I can't help you out. The reason why I say this, the reason why I say this is because shipping to those places costs a lot of money. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. I'm actually gonna look it up right now. Shipping cost, just real quick. The shipping cost is usually pretty high. So let's just see here. I'm just gonna put this out here. We're gonna put it out here. Why is it not letting me? Okay, here we go. Residential address to, I don't know, some random ass place in Puerto Rico. I don't know. Yeah. There's like is there like customs and shit too? Yeah, no, we can't do that. Y'all trying to break a motherfucker. Yeah, no, we can't do that. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be expensive. So, like I said, I would, under normal circumstances, I would love to, but I just typically, and especially since it's a console, the weight of it and all other stuff, then like there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, we're gonna keep it contiguous and be done with that. So I apologize to my Puerto Rican fam out there. Trust me, I have you in another way. We're gonna be doing some stuff on Nerds of Culture, and some of them will probably be digital goods. And it's like stuff that's digital, yeah, it can go to anybody. I don't care. But something that is actually like a physical thing, yeah, that's a, yeah, that's all I can say. But anyway, now that the likes have, they're better. It's not perfect, but it's looking better. It's looking better.
Yeah.
It's looking a lot better. I accept this number. Here's how you enter. You enter by typing in, and I'm going to pull this up on the screen, and hopefully you all will be able to see it. You just need to type in ! Join. And here, I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm going to put a little here. Where's my little? Yeah, here we go. A little text. A little texty text. Here, we're going to do join to enter. And here, we're going to make that smaller. And
I thought somebody got in your shit.
No. This is 100% me. This is 100% me.
Okay.
I promise you this is me. If it were anybody else, I would have so many questions. So here, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna put this at the top of. This is gonna be
all of y'all asses that's putting join in the chat right now. Sorry for all you audiophiles that's just gonna be listening to this. Y'all just assed out, but all y'all asses that's putting join. Y'all better be some motherfuckers that didn't like this fucking show. I know that.
Man, look.
I know that, bro.
Look, I'm going to need to see. Look, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to tell y'all how to live y'all's life, but man, look, I would really appreciate it if whoever is hitting that like button.
Okay.
Or whoever is entering. Look. Hook you, bro. Also, it has to be It has to be !join. If you just
Yes.
put join, you probably ain't gonna get in.
Yeah. Or like I see in the chat right now, ! Join to enter. No, my guy.
Just join. Just join.
One word.
One word. Just the one. Just the one.
One word. Like 8 syllables. JOIN. Just join it. Just do the thing.
Yeah, join. Just join. So yeah. I'm gonna leave that up there. And yeah, maybe I should edit this.
No, I shouldn't. That should just be normal ass reading comprehension.
But you know, I'm trying to help people out, man. Look, I'm trying to help people out. I'm just trying to help people out, okay? I'm just trying to help people out, all right? All right, I'm trying to look. Yeah, all right. You know what? We're gonna let Darwinism. We're gonna let Darwinism take control here.
I'm gonna tell you what's nasty about this.
What you got?
And I'm not gonna say any names because you know who you are. But I'm seeing a lot of people that's hitting join that I have not seen in the Blerd Cave chat in a good minute.
Oh,
so some of you ugly ass people heard that a console was finna get dropped to somebody and decided to bring your punk asses back in here. Cause I'm seeing several names I ain't seen in a hot minute. I ain't seen them names since I still had Miss Gladys as my goddamn assistant.
God
My assistant been gone, and I'm seeing some names that ain't been in here in a minute.
I'm not gonna lie. I also see a lot of people misspelling join, but I'm not gonna say who, so you figure it out for yourselves. But yeah, I will say, and I know Jasmine knows because Jasmine been going back and watching back episodes. I think
to
I saw
a really gross degree. Stop watching all them goddamn episodes because there have been so many Twitch streams of mine where she done told me about some shit that she didn't agree with. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, I saw it on the one you all were talking about. Yeah, y'all were talking about that on like a good 63 Blerd Caves. Girl.
Yeah, look, I'm sitting. All I'm saying is. If Jasmine can tell how long ago it's been, no, Jasmine, you good. If Jasmine has been going back and watching back episodes long enough to be able to tell how long ago what Carter was talking about that ought to tell y'all something. The fact that when I saw Jasmine say, damn, I was like, oh yeah, she knows.
Like,
she done synced it.
Talking about, nah, because I remember when Ernie had this behind him when he did this video, and then you when you did this, because you was when your room looked different, it's just like
look, I ain't gonna lie. No, but see here, this is what I think is kind of awesome about this though, because to me, I've slept since then. So like anything I said like more than like a year, actually. I'm not even gonna say a year ago. Anything I've said more than a year ago, I'm probably not gonna remember. Anything I said like, or depending on what it was, or depending on how much that it was talked about. But like, yeah, I actually go back sometimes and look, and I'm like, oh shit. Like when I did that celebration of.
That was the nastiest shit I had ever seen in my life. I loved it because I was a part of it, and I was not expecting to be a part of it, but. Going back, I'm gonna tell you what did it. When somebody made a comment about that fucking scarf, and because when I was bald, when I shaved my head,
I remember that
for that little bit of season, like when I saw that, I was just like, oh dear Lord. Or somebody brought up when we reviewed Suicide Squad.
Oh, the James Gunn joint.
Yeah, and I wasn't there that Blerd Cave, but you had Starro there that Blerd Cave.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like, we've been doing this for a minute. Good Lord.
Yeah, man. Well, I told you, man. We kind of been out here, man. We've been out here. I'm also these got lost in the sauce, so I'm gonna go back. We're gonna take a look at some. We're gonna take a look at some super chats real quick, and then we're gonna talk about Zeb Wells's magnum opus. I'm joking. It's not the magnum opus, but you know what I mean. The end.
Yes.
Of the Amazing Spider-Man run by Zeb Wells. Ball Carter ear. That is wild. I love it though. So here we go. We've got right here.
Yes.
We've got Talali House with the 34 months in the Blerd Club. Silvermine says, pull up the acid jazz, LOL. I'm in it to win it, Vato. Yeah. Hey, look, hey, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know I'll pull this jazz out like a motherfucker. Y'all don't fuck with me.
Every time you bring that up, that reminds me how long ago that was when that was a thing.
Yeah. Pull up the salt. Hey, I got to pull up the jazz. Pull up the jazz. No, I'll do it. Elias wants to say, these likes have been found wanting. Let's see here. We also got Philip Clark with the membership gold, the Blerd Club Gold Mine out here. Love to see it. We've also got Jay Keen out here, 52 months in the Blerd Club Silver Mine. Love to see it. Says, I already liked as I walked in. See, that's the type of energy I like to see. I like to see that shit. Like that's some smooth shit right there. Cause that's the type of person I'm trying to be. That's the type of person I'm trying to be when I'm on YouTube out here, like watching other people's content. I walk in the door and be like, like button.
No, that's the noise you make. You just
just like button, just right in there, like just like on some Danny DeVito, like just kicking the door, start blasting likes, man. That's what I do. That's the type person I'm trying to be in 2024, going into 2025. You just walk in the door, be like, you know what? Hit that like button real quick. All right, then we can watch the video.
So real quick, because somebody else asked me about it, and then I see Jessica Santana hand over the Inosuke mask. Who the fuck is Inosuke? You talking about the nasty pig man? Yeah. I don't know what the fuck he is from. There's an anime store by my job.
Slayer.
Oh,
it's
hold
Demon
on.
Slayer.
So I can ask you this then. So, okay, going back real quick. There's an anime store by my job. If you follow them on Instagram, they have this big ass box of stuff. You can just grab one. So I just liked them on Instagram. And they told me to grab it. And is she one too? Hold on.
yeah. That's the.
What is she? Why she got the oxygen mask on?
Nah, that's a bit. So she doesn't bite anybody.
But no, so I didn't know what the dude's name was. I just remember I think my sister and my niece are fans of that, so I was gonna send it to them. But one of my friends, he always gets mad at me because I don't know his name. That's just the nasty pig man. I don't know who that
his
is.
name's Inosuke.
Okay. Gotcha.
But the other one you pulled up, that was Nezuko. Okay. She is. I mean, you know what? I love Demon Slayer, but if I have any one problem with Demon Slayer, and like I always tell people, I'm gonna keep that same energy regardless. So I'm gonna say something. I don't even be like, man, how can you like Demon Slayer but you don't like Dan or whatever the fuck that anime is called? It's because my issue with Demon Slayer, the one thing about Demon Slayer I don't like the absolute, if I had to pick one thing, you said, hey, tell me one thing you don't like about Demon Slayer, I'm pulling the trigger, I'm gonna empty the clip. I would say so quickly, I do not like the fact that Nezuko is supposed to be, and I want to make sure I'm correct when I say this, because it's been a little bit since I finished, the manga, but Nezuko at the time of the beginning of the series is 12 years old. But I think by the time you get to the end of the series, she's 14.
Okay.
There is a plot point where, because she is a demon, her physiology changes in such a way that when she hulks out, she has the body of a buxom OnlyFans model.
Okay. I know where this is going.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I don't full disclosure. Full disclosure. Me and my wife, that's kind of one of those series we watch together.
Mm-hmm.
We both don't. Like when we were watching together, I remember the first time that it happened, like her boobs got bigger and like she kind of like filled up. Basically, we both just kind of looked at each other and we're just like,
yeah, I'm good. My sister and her husband, that's how they became an item, is because they're both anime nerds, and she likes that child, and she likes the nasty pig man. So I just got them for her because they were free. And
it's just a mask.
My niece, both y'all keep saying that. Look, my niece saw it and giggled and then tried to make her nose like a pig. So I was like, yeah, my baby got to get this. My little mama got to get this. So I'm sending that shit to them. I don't know what that stuff is.
Hey, Gavin, what's up, pimp? By the way, here I gotta drop a shout out to Gavin. We gotta drop the.
I don't know if I want to drop a shout out to him. I saw your tweet. You thought we wasn't watching. You thought we wasn't looking. I saw it. This motherfucker went to a Grizzly game and said, behind enemy lines. I said, so you Owen Wilson now, huh? Big time. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. You Owen Wilson. Where's G? Is G happy? Is Ernie G Hickman? He gonna save you, huh? Get the fuck out of here. Like, bro.
No, shout out to Gavin because we had but so for those who don't know, we had Memphis Comic Expo just this past weekend, and still kind of, man, I'm still have like a malaise from that. That was a pretty crazy weekend. But no, shout out to Gavin, and artist Daryl Banks for hooking us up. Gavin treated me to some Gus's. It was really good. It was really good. We went to the good Gus's too. We went to the one on Mendenhall. We went to the good Gus's. That's
I'm so happy you didn't say Dyers. I'm so happy you didn't say it.
Hey, it could have been.
Hey, no, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been, because I like having Gavin in here. I don't want to see him slain by Grease, but I know he's been in here to when she who must not be named started bringing up that goddamn Grease. So I was just hoping that y'all did not end up taking a trip over there.
Because they were playing Cash Money music in the forum. So this is the funny thing about Memphis. If you go here, I'm gonna move this out of the way because it's there. Or actually, here, we'll do this. We'll just move it somewhere else. We're gonna put it at the top. There you go, and we're making it a little smaller. But no. So if you go to the soccer games here, even the soccer games. Whenever 901 FC scores, they play Whoop That Trick. You'll hear Whoop That Trick, Whoop That Trick. Like they literally they'll play every time a goal is scored, they'll be like big fireworks, Whoop That Trick starts playing. And then you'll have I think they do it. They might do it at the Redbirds games too. I haven't been to a Redbirds game in like 5 ever.
Dog, when the fuck did Memphis get a football club?
Last year, maybe the year before.
Okay, okie dokie.
And we're in the playoffs. That's actually what my wife.
Oh, okay.
It's not like it's like semi. It's like I don't want to say saying semi-pro always sounds like so like nasty, but like they're not like pro.
They're in
like,
the D League, is what you're saying.
Basically, basically they in the Ted Lasso league right now. They in the Ted Lasso league, man. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They got demoted, man. Leave them alone. But no, we've got but yeah, no, they're good though. They're actually really good. The only thing I don't like is the refs. Dude, I don't know where the refs are coming from, man. I think the refs have been hoeing us, but that's another story altogether. The refs will literally call every foul that, or even like not fouls. Motherfuckers will just act like they fell down, and like the ref coming like,
people flop in soccer. Good God.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Dude, honestly, no bullshit. They flop more in soccer than they do in basketball.
Ugh.
Motherfuckers literally be like, oh. And then we'll sit there. Do you remember? Did you watch Ted Lasso? Remember that episode where dude was like, "Hey, just lay on the ground just for a little bit and kind of like, just stay down just for a little bit longer."
Yeah.
All right, now try and get up and we'll walk you out the field. We're gonna. Motherfuckers be doing that shit for real. Motherfuckers be doing that shit for real. That ain't no gimmick. That's for real. But then like motherfuckers will legit like body check or elbow or like literally like trip one of our players, and suddenly the ref done turned into Stevie Wonder. He don't see shit. He just like, very superstitious. Like he don't see shit. He don't see a goddamn thing. But no, I say all that to say basically that yeah. All right. I think that we bullshit enough.
I know who else does shit that's real.
What's that?
That's very real.
What you got?
That whether y'all like it or not, Zeb Wells went 60 fucking issues on Amazing Spider-Man.
And actually, you want to hear something crazy? You want to hear something crazy? He actually did more than that.
That's what I thought. Because you was looking at a motherfucker who thought he was done at 50, and then I kept seeing Wells every time I walked past Spider-Man in the shop.
So, for those that don't know, WWE refs, basically.
That's so nasty. It's soccer, bro.
Yeah, in soccer, no less, in fucking soccer. So here's the thing.
Okay.
That I think a lot of people probably did not know, or maybe you did, I don't know. So Zeb Wells did not just do 60 on Spider-Man. Zeb Wells actually did, excuse me. Here, I'm actually pulling it up now.
I want to hear this. Please. I got to hear this one.
Okay, so let's go to here. Okay, I have it pulled up. So they had this 60 issues was a relaunch. He was already writing. He took over for Amazing Spider-Man after the Nick Spencer run.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here, and I'm actually going back. I'm kind of doing my due diligence here just to make sure that we're not speaking out of turn. But okay, so his run actually started with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 75 in the previous volume. In the previous volume. And then carried on all the way to Amazing Spider-Man number 93 in 2022.
Okay.
So that is 23 issues, give or take, because also you can't forget, that was when they were doing that whole, like, oh, here's Amazing Spider-Man number 88. Oh, and then guess what? We also got Amazing Spider-Man number 88 Beyond. Because they were doing that at the time, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that at the time, too.
It must have been a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, they were doing that whole Beyond story arc, whatnot, what have you. That was actually the what to a lot of people is one of the greatest crimes against humanity was the chasmification.
Oh God,
the chasmification of Ben Reilly. Which to be fair, okay, look, all right, so y'all know me. Y'all know me. I'm a proud person, okay? But I am not afraid to admit when I was wrong, okay? I'm not afraid to admit when I was wrong. Look, I was one of those people, Carter will tell you, I was one of those motherfuckers that when the whole, because I didn't give a fuck about Ben Reilly. I was like, dude, fuck that guy. Who's checking for Ben Reilly? But when the initial Amazing Spider-Man stuff was happening and they were doing the whole story arc where Ben he was seeing blank faces or whatever the fuck in in
Ernie,
in his memories.
There was a chasm in his mind.
Exactly. There was a chasm. And even though and then he started seeing it in his own face. And I was like, dude, okay. It all makes sense to me because he doesn't have the memories. He doesn't have he's a clone. I was like that. I was like, okay, that kind of checks for me. I was like, I can rock with that on some level. I can work with this on some level or another. And then he did the whole thing. He pulled the mask out. He was like, it had the whole because of the because of the that's the sound that's on the thing. That's the sound that's on the thing. You don't see the little but here I'm going to this. But like right in here, and then he became Chasm. He became.
Can you go back real quick? Can you go back?
Yeah.
Go back. Go back.
Wait, to this one?
No, the next one.
This one?
So for all you audiophiles, what we're seeing here is Ben Reilly putting on a mask in the bathroom, the new Chasm mask, and he's saying, "No, stop." Here's my thing, because the mask is making a chasm. Ernie, you see it, I see it, y'all see it. He's screaming, "Stop!" because it keeps making a chasm. Nigga, take the mask off. if it's doing that, take the mask off.
It's like, wait a minute. But wait a minute. I want to show you what he did prior.
You put the
motherfucker on the first
take
place.
The mask off.
He's like, look, this man's like, no, please stop. Look what you made me do. He's like, wait, but sir, you're the one putting the mask on. No, it's not me. It's somebody else. No, why are you doing this to me? That's basically what's happening here. Look, and then we wound up with Chasm, and eventually Chasm became King Chasm, but that's another story altogether. I don't think anybody remembers Dark Web. Sadly,
have you that new Chasm miniseries? He brings it up about how he misses the wings he had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was basically. I mean, honestly, when he was King Chasm, he may as well have been Spawn. He may as well have been Spawn at that point.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, well, with the damn, what was it, the psychoplasm and whatnot. Which, by the way, we're gonna get back to Chasm here in just a moment. I just wanted to bring that up just as a way to kind of let you know some of the things. But I will admit, I will fully admit to wrongdoing. I thought that there was something here where we could have actually made something out of this shit. I felt that maybe, just maybe, the story could have maybe played out in such a way where this bullshit could have been elevated. Like, because that's the thing, I always tell people, I see the potential. That is my mutant power. I can see the potential in just about anything. However,
shit.
This
you were
was
really
some
hoping
bullshit.
Yeah, you looked on the nicer side of things, and you
Yes.
were really hoping that they turned that chicken shit into chicken salad.
Well, that's what I was hoping for. And Michael Scally just put this in here too, that I do want to highlight. This is something that, and this is why I think Dark Web does not work, is because Michael says, I remember Dark Web because it introduces a plot device for Madeline Pryor's lost memories that should have also worked for Ben. But then, like, I forget, it's been a while since I have read Dark Web, so maybe my memory might be a little hazy on this, but I seem to remember one of the reasons why Peter didn't want to give over his memories may have had a lot to do with the fact that he didn't want his, like, all his secrets, like, just out there in the weeds or whatever. I don't remember exactly, but the point is, technically, what Jean Grey did for Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor both could have done for Ben Reilly. Like, all Peter had to do was just give the memories over. Like, it was, like, honestly, Dark Web is one of those story arcs that, like, man, this is the, like, I know we always joke about the work meeting that could have been an email.
Yeah.
That's what Dark Web was for me. Dark Web was the work meeting that should have been an email, because the whole point of Dark Web was that Madeline Pryor and Chasm both were angry because they were clones of other characters and they didn't have the memories that those other characters have that would Like in the case of Ben Reilly, he doesn't remember anything about Peter Parker's history in its totality. That's why, like, the same chasm he sees in his own mind is the same chasm he sees in everyone else's. Like, I think it was the very first issue of the of Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run. There was, and I actually think even before, I think, and I want to make sure I'm clear with this, before the relaunch, and here I'm gonna pull this up because I like to show my work. This was from 2021. This was like the third or fourth page of that first issue of Amazing Spider-Man number 75 that Zeb Wells was writing, where we saw that this was from, at the time, we didn't know whose exact memories they were off rip, but these were from Ben's memories when he thought about Uncle Ben. He saw a chasm where Ben's face would be supposed to tell you he didn't remember everything. All they had to do, and this was actually proven in the Dark Web X-Men deal. Madeline Pryor and Chasm were like pulling off this crazy ass Batman 65 levels of fuckery bullshit. And then only for in Dark X-Men, for Madeline is literally sitting here, basically, like, you remember X-Men 97, that the Inferno episode where, like, Madeline Pryor had just gone crazy and was just like, I am fire and fury and death and destruction. And then all of a sudden Jane's like, you could just have the memories, right?
So,
and then Madeline's like,
so I'm gonna actually help you out. I'm gonna try to help you out here, but it might make things worse.
Why? What's up?
If I can remember the Dark Web stuff and I can remember the Beyond stuff. There was a machine that somebody told Ben that they could use, and they would need Peter's help, but that machine could get him Peter's memories so he could have the memories back. But what it was Peter and somebody else saying, well,
it's
how
the
do you
Beyond
know that
Corporation
machine gonna do? Yeah. They said, how do you know that
Corporation's machine?
Yeah, and they're like, how do you know it's gonna do that? It might kill him. It might kill you. You don't know for sure if it's gonna give you that. And then they started fighting, and then that's when Ben was like, so you don't want me to get him back? You trying to keep him from me? And then after that,
that was when the chasm and shit popped off. Yeah.
Then after that, so it's like, okay, I'm not gonna use the machine. Then we can just go do this. No.
Basically, no, that was because here I want to show y'all something. This is the whole time that all of this is going on. Like, I want to show you the type of energy Madeline was rocking with. This is Madeline Pryor fighting with Jean Grey over the memories. Only, and this is like about midway through the issue. All right. Only to basically kind of come back after the fact. Let's see here. Where to go? Here it is. Right here. This is the moment that let me know this was the work email. This was the work meeting that could have been an email. Right here.
All right.
This shot right here. Madeline Pryor says, Magic, the rest of the X-Men could really use your gifts right now. And this fight between Maddie and me is over because I'm surrendering. And both Madeline and Magic are like, word? The fuck? Like, they had that, what was it, Weebay on the, they're like, damn. Like that's.
I love what you're doing right now. Keep it right there. Keep it right there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now here's the other part of that. Ben he could have potentially done that himself, or Peter could have, right? But I think the one thing I don't want people to forget here is the Hallows Eve of it all, who then goes to Ben to let him know you don't need those memories. You remember me. I remember you. You love me. As long as we're together,
we want
can
happy
make
family.
our own memories, this, that, and the third, which is the nastiest shit. Because Ernie, if your lady sees you going through it and knows something that could potentially help you out, I highly doubt the woman who says that she loves you is gonna be like, nah, you don't need it.
I'd be like, nah, fired. Fired.
And then only for you all to constantly have story after story after that, to where he's struggling because he don't know something.
Also, I just want to point out too, and this is just the Ben Reilly shit. This is just the Ben Reilly shit. We haven't even gotten to the most dastardly, the most evil, the most heinous, probably the deadliest of Spider-Man's villains ever in the history of ever. Like, I'm talking about the like more heinous than Dr. Octopus, more dastardly than Carnage, more vile than Green Goblin. Paul.
I love that a lot of y'all didn't know where he was going with that. You didn't know if he was going to bring up fucking Tombstone. You didn't know if he was going to bring up goddamn Reck-Rap. Nah, regular white man.
Wait, Gavin ain't shit. He's like, here comes Paul. Paul. See, that's what I'm talking about. Paul. Yes, Paul. Paul, the most dangerous, the most evil, the most vile, the most villainous, the most diabolical motherfucker Spider-Man has ever faced off with. The man who took his girl. Then took his woman. Matter of fact, I want to show you something. This is some nasty work right here, but I got to show you this. Because I saw it, I read it, so you have to see it. I'm not letting anybody off the hook with this bullshit.
Look like an aged Lorenzo Lamas.
wait, renegade.
He looks like an aged renegade, bro. Pull up a quick Lorenzo Lamas right now. Look at Paul. I swear to God. An aged Lorenzo Lamas. That is Paul right now, bro. Holy shit.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
see, now I gotta
God.
do it. Now I gotta do it. Now I gotta look this shit up. Now I gotta see.
The one that Bing pulled up. Oh, like that is the Fiend, Paul.
Ooh, goddamn, you ain't lied. Oh shit. Okay, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me see.
Did they pull up like the NBC in the background picture for you?
Here, let me see. No. Oh, no. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can find. Send me the one you found, because I found one. It's close, but goddamn, now I'm scared. Now I'm legitimately afraid. Afraid for my life now, because I know I'm about to see some bullshit. Shoot me that one when you get a chance. Let's see. What was that fell off your wall?
Spider-Man.
Oh. See? He didn't even... God damn, it was Spider-Man. Shit. Shit. Actually, here, wait. Let me see something.
This is the one I saw that was like right next to when you had Paula.
Okay, gotcha. Here, let me get that right quick. Let me get that up off you. Let me get that up off you, player.
I love how my Spider-Man beat art failed. Just Paul and this motherfucker just
actually. Oh wait, you know what? I got a better one. I actually got a better one.
Okay,
here.
cool.
I'm actually
cool.
here. I'm gonna pull this up, and we're gonna do it like this. Because I'm gonna clip it, and There we go. Okay, cool. Because that one, for whatever reason, that one came out like it looked fine in Discord, but then it came out like fuzzy as fuck.
Ew.
But now here, this is what we're gonna do. Y'all. I want to show y'all how dastardly, how diabolical Zeb Wells was for this. Look at that shit. Look at that shit here. Look here. Let me help y'all out. Why do they use Renegade for this? Blackface don't get no goddamn ideas. Somebody they should make a show called Paul All Along. No, you don't.
Y'all thought I was lying, didn't it?
Dude, that motherfucker looked just like that.
Just talking. That is the Renegade, dog.
Okay, so in the MCU, it's already canon. It's already canon now. I'm calling it now. The next Spider-Man movie will have Paul in it, and he will be played by Lorenzo Lamas, the Renegade.
Yeah. Renegade, the immortal.
Is this? But no, okay. So, and I want to be serious. I want to be serious here just for a moment. I want to be serious here just for a moment.
Okay.
I want to make it clear.
Yes.
The whole thing with Paul to me was so wild because when you got to the end of Zed's initial run of Amazing Spider-Man, it seemed like Mary Jane and Peter were getting back together. They had the matter of fact here, I'm gonna pull this up because there is no excuse for us to not have this information just readily available. Yeah. When we got to the end of Amazing Spider-Man number 93. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man number 93. Here, I'm going to pull this up. I want y'all to see this. This was the status quo. Like, they were getting back together. Mary Jane and Peter. By the way, just fantastic. Mark Bagley out here. Got to meet Mark Bagley this past weekend. Awesome guy. Just really cool, chill, laid back cat. But yes, we got Mary Jane and Peter. They're getting back together. They're getting ready to move in together. They're talking about, hey, let's get this show back on the road.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, dastardly shenanigans happen, and we see some being wreathed in gold light. We don't know who the fuck this is. I didn't know who the fuck it was until it was too late. It was too late. You know who it was, Carter? Do you know who the being who was wreathed in gold light was?
Somebody that Zeb Wells said, you gonna endure and read whether you like it or not.
He said, it was this motherfucker, Rabin. It was him. It was him the whole time.
Oh, yeah, y'all thought I wasn't going to bring back the character that I introduced in the first place? Oh,
right?
He said, no. I'm going to have my Cody Rhodes moment. Zeb Wells said, y'all got him.
Will finish the story.
He said, he going to finish that story, boy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to lie. When I was reading this initially, I slick forgot this was even a thing. Because I was like, wait a minute. Zeb wrote Spider-Man before. And when I went back and looked at it, it was this fucking story. Which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't give a fuck about back then, and I goddamn sure don't give a fuck about it now. But I was like, you know what? I said props to Zeb because he said, you know what? We are going to stay the course. He basically, if y'all have ever seen Young Guns, he said, I will finish the game. He says, I will finish the game. And he did. He finished the game right in what we thought was Mary J. Watson's back. Here, I'm gonna hit the button. Danger. But actually turned out to be Kamala Khan. and then we got that. I just gotta point out, man, this death scene right here was so like, I was like, what's going on, man? What's going on here? Why they have Kamala Khan pull a Talia al Ghul from The Dark Knight Rises? Why they do that to just had to be like.
I'm gonna be honest. John Romita Jr. I think that he had a little bit of a conversation with a member of the Ginyu Force. Because I'm not even gonna tell you what that second panel looked like to me.
Oh.
I'm
ain't
not
shit.
gonna tell you
You
what that
ain't shit.
metal look like to me. Somebody at JR had a phone call with Greg Land and said, "You know what? That is a great idea. Let me pause this Riley Reid because I'm gonna tell you
This
what this
motherfucker
metal
right
look
here.
like to me, dog." You can't be mad at me because now all of y'all asses see it. Now all of you see it.
We all see again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have so many questions. I have
The
so many
leg
questions.
twitcher.
The leg twitcher. You ain't shit. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. But no, I say all this because basically Spider-Man has been on a journey. Spider-Man has been on a journey as of Zeb Wells. Because we also can't. We talked about Dark Web, but we didn't talk about the other character that Zeb Wells introduced during Dark Web, who's actually still hanging around.
Several motherfuckers then brought him up in this chat and are nasty enough to say they want him in the MCU. Fucking Reck-Rap.
The Wall Walker. The Wall Walker. You put some respect on his name. He's the Wall Walker.
So he was in. Like
hold on, wait a minute. No. I got to do it for him.
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
I got to do it for him. the Web Wanger.
There you go. He referred to Spider-Man because he shows up because of course he does. In the very last issue that Zeb Wells does in Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, he does.
In the backup story.
Referring
to Peter as Wall Scooter.
Also,
New Yorkie has another hero guy tonight. The web-wanging Reck-Rap is here to say. And I will say, you can say whatever the fuck you want about this run. Can you zoom in on what Zeb is saying at the bottom? Because there is a little asterisk right under.
Reck-Rap is here to stay. Let's see. Oh, can I? Oh, wait, here. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. There we go. Sorry, Joe. Now you have to use it.
That was funny. I hate to admit this. I don't like admitting it, but Reck-Rap was probably one of the better parts of this run,
Reck-Rap was
which
awesome.
is so nasty. But this is one of the better parts of this run.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Also, I want to bring this up too here. I want to just because right here.
This entire interaction was funny.
This honestly, if they would have came out with Spider-Man, with Amazing Spider-Man 60, and it was just a Reck-Rap send-off, ain't no Peter Parker anywhere to be seen. We just see Reck-Rap. I'd have been in.
So Zai in the chat, you may have just gave me the reason I don't mind Reck-Rap as much. He said that is a whole Battletoads character.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
That might be why I don't mind Reck-Rap so much.
No, yeah, or you know what? Black Phoenix might change for his Reck-Rap just a bootleg Venom.
No, because there's that's a demon.
He's just a demon. Well, I know why he's saying it though. I know why Black Phoenix is saying it. It's because of stuff like this. The whole like how he always has his tongue hanging out and whatnot. That's probably where it comes from. But I mean, to me, I thought that motherfucker was just a big ass fucking Ninja Turtle in a Spider-Man costume. That's what I thought he was one of them nasty Michael Bay Ninja Turtles in a Spider-Man costume. Also, what is it? A bootleg Max, which is bootleg Venom. Y'all ain't shit.
That's absolute Spider-Man. You are a sick Spider-Man. You are a sick person.
Wait a minute, Reck-Rap Reck-Rap is better than what they've done to poor Ben Reilly. Dude, all the character development that was supposed to go to Ben Reilly went to this motherfucker.
Man.
But here's the thing. You know what? Honestly, if they would have came out with a Reck-Rap comic, I'd have been down. I would have been down. I would have been 100% down for it.
That's nasty.
But Reck-Rap wasn't the only thing. Do you know Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on top of having bill collectors hunting his ass down, because remember that was that dude that kept showing up asking about hospital bills.
Mm-hmm.
That Paul, I think, paid off at one point. Look,
really
Paul out here, he done took your girl. He paying your rent. He paying your bills. God damn.
Paul is Clifton Powell from Dead Presidents. Taking care of Lorenz Tate's woman while he off at the war. That is who Paul is.
That's
Paul looked at Peter and said, "Look at you. You can't even put food on your fucking table." Bruh. Bruh.
Wait a minute.
It just came to me. Oh no.
Wait a minute. I think I found it.
No.
Wait. Here it is. Let's see.
I like how you
here
can
it is.
see.
I found it.
Uh-oh.
I found it.
What's
I
that?
fucking found it. Right here. Here it is. So the dude says, dude's like, "Oh, he owe you money?" And Paul's like, "No, man, he's been making some phone calls I don't appreciate." Look at him. Look at him. The energy, the dastardliness. This man said, knew that guy was a sicko, had a feeling. I'm trying to collect on a hospital bill. Guy's laid up for months, racks up a bill that disappears. And he's like, yeah, you go on out a little bit. He says, "Wow, I didn't know. That's depressing. How much?" "Buddy, you don't want to know." This man don't even pull out his wallet. He pulls out the cell phone. He says,
He's finna
"Let me
Venmo
make
him
some
right
calls."
then and there. That is sick.
Dude.
That is a sick man, bro.
That is, wait. Here, wait a
Now I
minute.
see why everybody don't like Paul. Paul is a menace, bro.
Oh, and then here it is right here. Bam, here it is right here. Says, "How much for you to leave him alone for a couple of weeks?" He says, "You for real?" He says, "You take Venmo?" Dude said 1,500. This man dropped.
Venmo'd him.
He Venmo'd him. Paul Venmo'd. Dude. Okay, look, let me tell y'all something. Peter Parker has been on hard times for a long time, but God damn.
Why Zeb Wells do him like that?
Zeb Wells did this motherfucker dirty as hell. Zeb Wells have done this man dirty. Peter Parker already broke. He already can't hold down a job. He already having to work for Norman Osborn on the side just to make ends meet. And this man is out here that snatched his girl that had, I was going to say he put 2 babies in her, but he really didn't. Them babies actually came from somewhere else. But still, the point is he done got this woman with 2 babies and paying the man bills.
Dog. It's to the point, like it's funnier because you can see Spider-Man as the corpse in my background. Look at him, man.
Sorry about
back there.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is laid the fuck out on the floor right now. Look at him.
Spider-Man
He
is
don't know,
dead.
dog. He
Wait a
just
minute,
gone
look.
back there,
Look,
dog.
Spider-Man
He
is
just gone
dead.
back
He
there,
is dead.
Off panel, gone. Look at it.
This man's... But no, look at this shit. So he's like, look at this. And then look at him, Mr. Nice Guy. So what, you're like a nice guy or something? Nah, I just don't like to see someone get kicked while they're down. And then it says hopes he's okay. This says hopes he's okay. What? You piping out his ex? And you hope he's okay? You paying? Dude, okay, let me tell y'all something right now. I would not never pay another man's hospital bills $1,500?
Bruh, that like
Bruh.
I don't want to go. I don't like going graphic, but I'm gonna need you to hit the danger button real quick.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. To know that you paid the ex's hospital bills and then you get to go home to his chick. I know that was a hell of a session for Paul. I know Paul had a big shit-eating grin on his
Oh,
face
yeah.
while he was blowing MJ's back out. Just knowing he just Venmo'd and paid this man's bills, like I know it's nasty, but it's also like, yeah, I run shit here now. I am the captain now, basically. Like that is wild.
Look, hey,
That is a flex beyond imagination.
dude, let me tell you something. MJ getting back shots from Paul that same night.
Yeah.
And you know what Paul doing while he doing that?
Motherfucker, it probably looked like hell in American Psycho in the mirror, flexing, looking at his phone, just got the Venmo app open, just looking at the transaction to the doctor. Just wow, just looking at it. That is bad. That is bad. That is bad, man. That is bad.
Oh God. Oh God, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm sorry. Zeb, look, I love Zeb to death, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We got to put that motherfucker in the Ginyu Force for that shit. He got to be in the Ginyu Force now. That man he ain't the leader, but he goddamn it, he in the Ginyu Force for that shit. But no, I'm gonna take it a step further. I mean, yeah. So, because that was the other thing too. There was the babies. I mentioned the babies, because that was the thing I think everybody was kind of like upset about when it came to the whole MJ Peter Parker thing. It was the fact that not only was MJ no longer with Peter, but also they got babies. Now, granted, they babies. Yeah, because I remember when this first started, I was like, oh shit. I was like, did Paul have kids from a previous relationship or marriage or some shit?
I remember this because a lot of motherfuckers were confused, like just because of how it ended with him, with MJ and Peter's like, how the fuck did she have? What the hell? How did?
Yeah, but because that was the thing. Only not even a handful of months had passed between Amazing Spider-Man 93 and the relaunch of Amazing Spider-Man 1. Like, as I remember it.
Yeah.
As I remember it, I think they said they showed a scene where Peter was sitting in the middle of a crater and with smoke all in the middle of that crater. Yeah. This is a shot right here. And after this shot, it shows like Peter Parker, he's sitting there, he's clutching his stomach, he's holding a little spider device thing that whatever the fuck. And you just see that motherfucker let out a scream. And like I said, this is the first page, and then it goes 6 months later.
I hate the internet. Go back real quick.
Oh, yeah. What you got?
I saw to the scream. Yeah. So I saw someone's video talking about this, and this is why I hate the internet.
What happened?
This is supposed to be a moment. You see him screaming. Somebody they show that, and then you just hear.
Wait, what?
You know that the ugliest cry ever. The black dude.
Yeah.
You hear that. You hear that when this panel shows
it
up.
It cut out when you did it. That's why I was like, huh?
I hate the internet, dude.
God damn.
I already started laughing at this book right when I saw 6 months later because I couldn't even take it serious anymore. But dude.
No, and when it was, here's what I think. Here's the problem with the and I'm gonna tell you right now, because I feel like this story would have not been crapped on as much had Zeb just told the story in the order that things happened. Because when they relaunched, once again, we saw the person wreathed in gold light.
Yeah.
And then that's Amazing Spider-Man 93, and then we relaunched the book, smash cut to Amazing Spider-Man #1. We see the scene, we see this shit popping off, and this is actually this part right here takes place not that long after, it's chronologically, this takes place after that issue. But it took, and I want to make sure I'm fair. I want to make sure I'm fair when I say this. We did not get the information on why any of this shit was happening. Like the whole Paul situation.
Yeah.
We did not get answers about this until after Dark Web.
Yeah. Only thing you knew at
Dark
this
Web,
point-
and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. Do you know how deep into Amazing Spider-Man Dark Web was?
I can't remember. I was gonna say
it was 17 issues. It's about like 16, 17 issues.
Nuts.
That was 16, 17 issues. And just real quick, I want to make sure that this does not go unnoticed.
Yeah.
We don't get the answers about Paul and the children.
Yeah.
Like where they come from, why is all this happening? We don't get that answer till about issue 24, 25.
This reminds
I'm
me
not
of
joking. I'm not joking. I want y'all to understand something. I am not joking. This was the issue.
That's too long to have a plot point dangling like that, dude. Like I said, it reminds me of fucking X-Force with Colossus. Or like, what about that plot thread with him being with Rasputin and Russia?
Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. And I was saying, like, like a lot of people will shit on Zeb Wells' main Spider-Man run, for a lot of different reasons. I'm not gonna shit on it because I think it's bad. I'm gonna shit on it because I think it's mishandled.
Okay.
I think he had a story. But I feel like maybe either, I don't know if it was editorial or if this was Zeb Wells. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like, I don't know if it was Zeb's decision to tell the story out of order and make people wait because okay, let's also address this. I think Amazing Spider-Man, to my understanding, is like a bi-monthly book, like or something like that, like twice monthly.
I think that's what it originally was trying to be.
Yeah, so it wasn't like we had to wait as long as what it maybe sounds. It's not like we had to wait 25 months. But still, it was a while. You made folks have to hang on for a year to find out what, and to be fair, that's not an unreasonable ask. But when it comes to something like Spider-Man, and let's be real here, nobody hates Spider-Man like Spider-Man fans. So you're already like the amount of grace you are asking for with the story is already through the roof. You have taken, and I think this is what makes it worse, is that since One More Day, we keep getting the tease, the promise, the edging, if you will, of Spider-Man and MJ getting back together. And it never happens. Because what was it? Didn't they do that during the Nick Spencer run? Like, because Dan Slott did not want to put them back together. During the Nick Spencer run, or actually towards the end of the Dan Slott run, there was kind of a hint or a tease that Peter and MJ were going to start, like, at least trying to be friendly with each other again. And then, like, over the course of the Nick Spencer run, you could tell that they were, like, kind of, not necessarily, they weren't, like, back together, but you could tell that, like, there was something on the horizon. And then you get to the end of the Nick Spencer run, you get to the Zeb Wells run, the initial run, and you get through that, and it's like, okay, all right, MJ and Spider-Man, they're finally going to make it official. They're finally going to get back together. They're going to let this be what it needs to be to please the fans who love the traditional MJ-Peter Parker relationship. You have them literally getting an apartment together, picking out a place, and like you're talking about moving in together, getting their relationship back on track. And the next thing you know, you got MJ out here on her Barbarella-ish, out here trying to be Red Sonja out here in this motherfucker. Got her out here with she got the strap, she got Paul right behind her. You got this woman out here just doing all kind of crazy shit.
So there's one thing.
Also, this shot right here is just nasty work to me. Paul just out here all buff and shit. This shot right here, I ain't gonna lie. This some why is Paul swole right here? Why does he look bigger
Renegade.
than Reck-Rap?
That is Prime Renegade. That's season 2 of Renegade. That's what that is. That's right after he got his motorcycle fixed. That's what that is.
Damn.
But I want to ask you something, because you brought up something I didn't think about, but it makes me want to ask you a question. You brought up editorial, and you were wondering if this was an editorial issue.
Yes.
And I want you to go a little bit further onto that because I want to ask you: is it editorial that's making him do these things, or maybe is it him trying to? Which is, I wouldn't have anybody try this shit. But was it him trying to please fans, and maybe that's why certain stuff was done in certain ways? Do you think? Because I've seen several books to where the story is gonna go one way, but then there's so much shit talking and clowning on the writer, he may pivot and do something else because he knows a lot of people are clamoring for it, and I don't know another nicer way to say it, but they're tired of the abuse that they're having to deal with online and shit like that. Because I made the mistake for the first time ever. I went into that Spider-Man Reddit yesterday because somebody was talking about
bless your heart.
Holy shit. Holy shit. So do you think it was a lot of editorial, or do you think it was more so, okay, let me just try to please you people because I'm getting sick of it?
Honestly, I think because under normal circumstances, and Gavin, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong. Under normal circumstances, what I've normally seen, when a creative is being lambasted the way that Zeb Wells was, and really even to lesser extents, 99.9% of the time, in my experience, the creative in question will just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want anyway. Okay. Like I've actually seen Vita Ayala say as much before on socials. I've seen Vita Ayala say this. I've seen Stephanie Williams say this. I've seen multiple other writers say this. That basically acting angry and being shitty to a writer or artist or any creative whatsoever, and not just in comics, period. Is the fastest way to not get what you want.
Can I be honest then?
What's up?
If we're using that logic, this kind of makes me like this Amazing Spider-Man run anymore. It makes me like it way more just as a, if y'all gonna be like that, okay.
Yeah.
That makes me like this run a lot more.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and Gavin just says right here, says, I mean, there's a sting, but you can't shift it up based on bitching, and that's okay, and here's the thing, and this is, I'm gonna give you a case on why people don't do that, why they don't. And right here, When, if anything, it makes you step on the gas on your shit. Okay, so I spoke with Reggie Hudlin once, and he was telling me about his Black Panther run. And he said that there were people who were complaining about what he was doing with the story and were trying to offer him all these suggestions on, well, if it was me, I would do it like this. My idea is way better. So he didn't tell me what it was that he did that was someone else's idea, but he basically said, okay, fine. He took that person's idea and implemented it into the comic, and it bombed.
It got dunked out.
It got dunked on. So he wouldn't tell me what it was because he said he didn't want to be nasty. He didn't want to be extra nasty, but he told me, he said that he did it. And people fucking hated that too. So the thing is,
I really like this Amazing Spider-Man run.
I mean, honestly, okay, so this is why, and Carter, I think you probably see kind of where I'm coming from this. This is why I say I don't hate Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run the way a lot of people do. I actually think that, because, okay, especially as I've been kind of taking my journey into writing, I've discovered that, you know what, sometimes when you write a story, you're not writing, I mean, yes, you're writing a story for the fans. You're writing a story that you hope that the fans will like. But at the end of the day, you're writing the story that you want to tell. Now, that can be both good and bad. We have seen instances where, and I don't like using this as a golden rule per se, because I think that a lot of the stuff is overblown. But we've seen instances where people will complain, oh, people are self-inserting themselves into characters. Okay, first off, that doesn't really happen the way a lot of people think it does. Also, self-inserting is not what people think it is. It is and it isn't. Case in point, Like, I remember, what was that one comic book shop owner that went viral because he was complaining about, that guy. It was somehow, I want to read Captain America. I don't want to read Captain America if so-and-so writer was Captain America. Okay, first off, trust me, when you were reading Captain America back in the day, guess who you were reading? You were reading a very idealized version of the writer. I promise you that. I promise you. Even when writers say that a character isn't based on them in any way, it's coming from a person, so their voice is going to seep out. It's the same way that you go back and look at like the old Icon comics. Dwayne McDuffie's voice, while it didn't slip out of Icon, his voice often slipped out of Rocket. Like, Icon was not his avatar. Rocket was, because Rocket was the one that actually was talking some goddamn sense. And that's this right here. This is the most important part right here. You can only really consider the fans in the sense of, I hope people like this. You can't bend yourself up into a pretzel trying to serve different complaints and tastes. And that's the thing. Everybody wants something different from Spider-Man. Everybody wants something different.
Every 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes. And you're not, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Zeb Wells, and I know it sounds like, I've talked a lot of shit. I've talked a lot of shit about the stuff that's happened in this run so far, and I'm not even done yet. But I will say this, if Zeb Wells bent over backwards, rolled himself up into a pretzel, jumped out a fucking window in hopes that maybe if he flapped his wings hard enough, he could fly just to please Spider-Man fans, this would have been the worst run of Spider-Man ever, past, present, or future.
Gotcha.
Period. End of story. There is no debate. There would never be a worse Spider-Man than the one he wrote if he would have course corrected. Because then he would not be telling his story. He would be trying to please random Spidey web web wiper 267912 on Reddit, or web wanger 368542 on Reddit. He'd be trying to please those people, and he'd be playing to a smaller audience. And the thing is, the book sells. Even despite people, I'm talking just absolutely dunking on Zeb Wells' main Spider-Man, the book is still selling.
There you go. Boom.
It's still selling. So it can't be that bad.
I can't imagine the rage because I'm taking y'all logic now. Is that this is basically a fuck you to like the Spider-Man Reddits of the world. Imagine you writing it as a middle finger, and that middle finger is selling like hotcakes. That is gangster. Look, that is gangster. I love this run. I'm gonna still clown it, but this run is fantastic now with this little nugget put in there. That is great.
With that little bit of extra insight, which, by the way, thank you, Gavin, for giving that insight.
Because I'm gonna tell you, people are bringing up. Well, I'll read this first here from Michael Scaley saying, "Here's my thing with Zeb Wells Spider-Man. I was perfectly ignoring the amazing midlife crisis. It became on sight when they dragged my girl Kamala Khan into the fridge."
Yeah. So that to me was egregious. That to me, like you can say whatever you want about how much you hate this, that, and the third. That's the part of Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man that I'm like, okay, no.
So all I know about her being in the book was she went undercover working at Oscorp to keep an eye on Norman to make sure he wasn't evil. That's all I know.
That was it.
I don't know what else is going on.
No. You have the story in a nutshell.
Gotcha. Okay.
But here's the thing, though. I think that, especially considering the reasonings behind why Kamala was killed off, I think that all would have played better if it was in a fucking X-Men book and not in a Spider-Man book. Like if they would have either had her killed off in her own story, like if for whatever reason, let's say, because they had Iman Vellani, the actress who plays Kamala Khan in the MCU, and they had Sabir Prasada co-writing the series. What they should have done is you have options here. You either should had Saladin Ahmed, who's I think at the time was writing Ms. Marvel, either had Saladin bring that plot point to bear in his own series, or had Iman Vellani and Sabir Prasada come in and handle that, with the respect that it deserved, what I feel it deserved, because I will point this out. Where was oh man. So they had because Kamala had a series during Dark Web, and it was Sabir. So technically, yeah. So yeah, you already had Sabir writing a Miss Marvel tie-in to Dark Web.
Okay.
3 issues worth. You could have just as easily said, "Hey, Sabir, you and Iman Vellani, y'all, we're gonna pair y'all up together when we start doing this next line of comics. Here, we need you to write a little mini series. We're gonna kill off Kamala Khan, but we're gonna bring her back as a mutant." That, I think that would have played a lot better than killing her off so randomly in was an Amazing Spider-Man number 26. I don't that doesn't work for me, because at least then I don't think, like, especially considering, like, man, could you imagine how much better the Fall of X would have gone over with some people, or like the lead into the Fall of X would have gone over some fans if if Miss Marvel was hanging out with the X-Men or the New Mutants or whoever the fuck else was running around at the time, and she gets clapped and they're like, and Cyclops is, because this is why it was all so disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
When she died in Amazing Spider-Man, whatever was like the next issue of X-Men, they actually addressed the fact that Kamala Khan was dead. Like, we actually saw Emma Frost tell Cyclops about it. And then, we had the Hellfire Gala issue, and that's where it's like, okay, we're just going to shoehorn all this stuff in here real quick and get it done. And you had the whole death of Kamala Khan thing, all this other stuff, and then, now she got a series coming out, da-da-da-da-da. I feel like it just all would have played better if she was not hanging out in the Spider-Man corner of the Marvel Comics universe, if she was more hanging out in the X-Men side of the Marvel Comics universe. I think people would have gravitated towards that just a little bit better, and maybe her death would not seem so fucking stupid. That said, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. There's still more. There's still more.
You want to read some of the super chats?
Yeah. Let's here. We're gonna pull them up like this. Here we go. Bam.
Okay.
Let's start with the Space Cowboy. I got a Space Cowboy pulled up here. And Shazam. It says, with the $5 super chat, says, as one great Tobey Maguire would say for Wells' finale, oh boy, yeah. Also, Lois pulling out that Snyderverse look and rocking it damn good. Yeah, the for those who don't know what the Space Cowboy's talking about is the most recent issue of Superman number 19, where Lois Lane is now Superwoman. Again.
Yeah.
I say again because this is technically speaking, we have seen other versions of Lois as Superwoman.
One of them was in continuity. I remember it because wasn't it like a white and red suit or something?
Well, okay, so that's Lana. That's the one that's in the red one. So okay, so when they did DC Rebirth, they brought over the Lois Lane version of Superwoman, but if I remember correctly, she was from a different Earth, or something along those lines. I don't remember the full breadth of it or whatever the fuck was going on there. It's been a long time. Point of the matter is that also because I think it also had something to do with the fact that the Lois Lane we see now is technically pre-crisis Lois Lane. Or not pre-crisis, but like crisis era Lois Lane. Because remember they had the whole thing where Superman and Lois from from post-crisis had folded over. So technically the Lois Lane that was already there was technically like New 50. I've slept since then, but I'd have to go back and like look at it just to get the full scope. But basically, I think that Superwoman died. Okay. And then Lana took over, and she's been Superwoman ever since. But there was also other alternate reality versions of Lois that have been Superwoman. But this is like Earth Prime
Prime. Yeah,
Lois. That whole, I'm not gonna lie, that whole storyline makes so much less sense. Not the Lois Lane Superwoman stuff, but like the whole post-crisis Superman and Lois thing, even with taking Convergence into account, because not long after that they did Superman Reborn, which basically merged the New 52
they did
and
the Fusion Dance. Yeah,
they did the Fusion Dance, became one, and all of Superman's continuity in DC suddenly became uniform, but everybody else's was still fucked up until Doomsday Clock. I don't look.
And they still remembered, because if you gonna be nasty about it, I'm gonna add to the nastiness. They all remembered the New 52 Superman to the point where like Lois and Wonder Woman had to have a conversation because the New 52 Superman was breaking off Wonder Woman, but now he was with Lois because pre-convergence Superman was with Lois. It was a lot.
Yeah,
that's how we gonna answer that. Reck-Rap.
Yeah, Reck-Rap. That's the answer for everything. But thank you, Space Cowboy. I appreciate you for that, man. We also got Chi-Town Dan the Lascar Cone with the $5. Says Spider fans treating the end of the Wells run like the witch just died of the Wiz. Get the likes off for the prize is an Atari 2600 with one controller. That's right. You don't get two. You get one controller. You get one. You get one. Also, don't forget, join. ! Join to enter. But no, to get back to it, yeah, it's funny too, because like I'm not even really celebrating the end of it the way a lot of other people are. I mean, I'm celebrating the end of it more just in the sense that I know what we're getting next, and I'm actually way more interested in that. But I do feel like a lot of people are probably being a little extra ugly about it than I think even we are.
Of course, that's because when I saw on that Reddit channel and they started bringing up the man's personal shit and how
like he was going through like a divorce and whatnot, and it was like, dude, leave that man alone.
Actually, some fucking weirdos. But I will tell you, the reason I would celebrate this run is that through all of that shit he has probably had to hear and read, he still went like what 80 fucking issues on a book that was selling, because they would have been took him off if it wasn't.
Yeah,
so,
he went 80.
I have to applaud that. You got. I don't give.
Yeah, you got to give me. Look.
You have to.
I know this will get lost in the sauce because I said no one's gonna clip this part of the stream, but I mean let's be real here. You gotta drop the bomb for the man because he stayed the course. He stayed the course. Like there's so many other writers who would have quit. We've seen this.
Hell yeah, we've seen it. That's why Cullen Bunn dipped. Because Cullen Bunn went for DC. He was writing a new Lobo series and he was doing fucking Aquaman. And they lit into his ass to where he quit and he left. And now he doing all these Image and Dark Horse ass books, making a killing. But we have seen people that can't just, I don't want this to be negative for Cullen Bunn, but they can't take that heat. And you know what? Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
Wells kept writing. Hey, John, here you go. Here, ready for your panels.
Well, so, and that's also something else I kind of want to point out too, because like I said, I know it's people always want to focus on the negative and not on the positive. That's just that's just the nature of the beast. It is something that will always be. It is something that will never go away. But at the end of the day, I personally feel that when all the chips are down, all the dust is settled, all the smoke is cleared, we cannot sit here and try and drag this man's personal life into the limelight just to be like, see? Like, here's the thing, he's going through some stuff. He's going through some things. And not to mention, writing comics is not his only gig. He writes for television as well. A lot of writers in the comics industry don't just write comics. I mean, there are some that just write comics, but there's also people who write and do other shit. So, I mean, and this guy, he's going through a lot. He's trying to tell a story. He's trying to do all these things, tell a story that pleases himself, as well as you also try and please the fans, for better or worse. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Also, I will like to point out, because I know someone had also just brought up his Hood Child, his Krakoa era stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I always tell people.
Can't find that book.
Hmm?
I'm still mad I can't find that hardcover of Hellions. That's the entire run together.
Oh, yeah. Zeb Wells.
I want that book.
Zeb Wells had what I feel is actually one of the best books in the Krakoan era. Like, consistently good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Oh, yeah. Ethan Long. I'm right there. We said top 5.
I would have fought you till you said consistent. I'm like,
yeah. No, I'm talking about consistent.
I can think of some low points in any book I was finna name. I give you that.
Oh, no. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Hellions was A1.
Hellions was good from beginning to end, even during a fucking crossover event. Even during a fucking crossover event. You know how hard that is? How
Especially
rare that is?
Cast of characters.
Bruh.
With that group of people, and it still was A1 steak sauce.
Look at this right here. Ain't nobody checking for empath. Orphan Maker.
Carter's gonna be honest with y'all. All I knew was Havoc and Psylocke and Sinister. I did not know who this little motherfucker was that was cosplaying Sabretooth. I didn't know about that egg in the back. I didn't know why we had some like old Stark armor in here.
Right.
Didn't know who that dummy was with the cybernetic armor down there. Didn't know who the blonde man was. But I was locked into that book every goddamn issue.
Yeah, it was good.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis, the book. But that shit was fire.
Who gave you permission to make me feel for Wild Child? But no, as I'm saying, Hellions was good. That's why when they said he was taking over Spider-Man, I was like, bet. I was like, oh yeah, Zeb about to act a fool on this book.
Yeah.
He did. He acted a fool, just not in the way we had hoped. And so actually I meant to point this out to you too. I'm just saying. But no, I want to get us back into it though, because we got John Stewart with the 5. Says a prayer for those who haven't liked the stream. Man, what you just said. Y'all must not want no console. Y'all don't want no console. That's all I'm saying. I keep this. Look, hey, Jonathan Moda. I'm gonna ask Jonathan Moda for permission to keep this $1,000, the $1,000 some odd dollars I got in my pocket to try and fund some of this stuff. Can I keep this in my pocket just to because these folks ain't acting right. I'm just saying. Anyway, John Stewart with the 5 says, prayer for those who haven't liked the stream, forgive and have mercy upon them, excuse them and pardon them, make honorable their reception, protect them from the punishment of Carter's pit and the torment of fire. Book of Blerd, chapter 5, verse 37. That is I'm not gonna lie.
The other 36 verses look like.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That's bars. I'm copying that, and we gonna do something with that. We're gonna have to do something with that. That's that is. Yeah, that's money right there. That is absolute
for that 5.
That is absolute money right there. Here, let me look. I'm copying that. We're gonna actually add that as an actual verse in the book of Blerd. We also got Denial with the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Says this run really did MJ dirty. She was just getting back into her passion for acting. Wells made her a wife/mom and had her sacrifice her passion. That is something I think a lot of people aren't really talking about with this run. Because yes, MJ was actually getting back into her normal like day-to-day routine of being an actress, a model. Because I think a lot of people forgot. That used to be MJ's thing. Like, I know journalism kind of crept in during the oh my God, what do you call it? The Ultimate Spider-Man era where she was a journalist. But yeah, like OG MJ, she was more of a of an actress, a model. She saw it like there were always like these little random moments.
I remember the modeling stuff.
Yeah, she was like on soap operas and like commercials and doing ads and stuff like that. And she was actually getting back into that groove. And then she just got, my life is for these kids who I just happened to find when we got transferred to another dimension or whatever the fuck happened in that run.
Okay. Deck it out. He brought up something that I don't like the way he said it, but he said, or that time she was a literal Pepper Potts stand-in.
Yeah, she was. That was for
what
Tony.
He's referring to is, and that's what I was going to bring up, because I know he bringing up, Denial is bringing up her passion for acting, but I didn't mind when she was working with Tony Stark and doing the, I think it was the International Iron Man
or something like that.
Or the infamous Iron Man.
I remember
Alex Maleev did the art. I remember
think it was
that.
still Invincible Iron Man, but like it was something else.
It had a spin-off book where Alex Maleev did it, and that's where she was primarily. But I don't want to call her Tony's assistant, but she worked with Tony for a while there, and I liked that because it was something different than just her will they want they shit with Peter, and I'd gotten sick of it. So I like seeing her in the Tony book, but I didn't read all of the Nick Spencer stuff. So to know that she got back into her passion for acting, and then she basically got Jessica Jones to basically.
Well, and it's funny to me also just because during that time she was even there for the transitional period. When the Iron Man, technically the mantle wasn't passed to Ironheart. She did her own thing, but Ironheart came in on the book. She was even there during that transitional period, which I was like, hey, it's cool. I thought it was cool. Like Tony was surrounded by lots of awesome women in his life. You can't not like that. And then we got here. Let me scroll that back down just a touch. Okay, there we go. And then we got Jasmine also on the Streamlabs side, just like John Stewart, says the Iceman Paul Wall, laughing my fucking ass off.
He did look like he did look like that in one of them panels when he was Venmoing. He did not look like Lorenzo Lamas anymore.
No,
John Romita Jr. I don't know why you made him just look like a light skinned black man in that panel.
Man,
I know
right?
exactly the panel she's talking about, but yeah, it was.
Man, what you said.
Something else you could bring up was just John Romita Jr.'s art, but I can't. I can't have that conversation because I have never been that big of a fan. That might be an Ernie conversation. That might be an Ernie tangent you all need to hear about the art and how people felt about it. Because you can't listen to me.
I mean, I like John Romita Jr.'s art, but I will say I do feel like it has its places.
Okay.
It has its places. I like, personally speaking, if someone told me, hey, you get to write a book and John Romita Jr. is going to draw it, I would be giddy and over the moon.
Of course.
But because he's a legend. He's a legend. And I think he actually does have good. I think, you know what it is? I think there are certain, like, just like every artist, I think every artist is really good at drawing like a lot of different things. And there's just certain things they're not good at. Or I won't say not good at, but just they pale in comparison to the things they do great. Like, I think Jim Lee is a fantastic artist until you start really scrutinizing the faces of the women that he draws. They all have the same face. And the men, too, sometimes. But that's not a bad thing. There's worse things that Jim Lee could be bad at.
Yeah.
Or lacking variety on. I mean, yeah, I would rather have Jim Lee's problem than Rob Liefeld's problem. But that said,
I was gonna let you pass.
I mean,
No. You came very close to trying to push Jim Lee into the Ginyu Force, and then you brought up one of the other members in Rob Liefeld. So.
Well, no. And the thing is, I'm not saying it makes Jim Lee bad either. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make Jim Lee bad. I think Jim Lee's a great art. Like, dude, I wish I could draw like Jim Lee. Shit, I wish I had Jim Lee's problems.
You're a fantastic artist, but you do have your moments. That's what you said. Of course.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's thing is, I think, here's the thing. You either like John Romita Jr.'s art or you don't.
Yeah.
It is that simple. Mm-hmm. Also, I want to point out, it said Pete out here broke while Paul is breaking MJ's back.
Oh, jackpot.
I've been waiting to use it. We got him. We got him. He said, stop eating that. No, but in all seriousness, in all seriousness, yeah, no, Paul is I'm telling y'all, man, Paul is the seventh member of the Sinister Six. He's the future seventh member. They're gonna have the Sinister Seven soon. Y'all just wait. Y'all just fucking wait. There's a new tiger in town. Yes. But also, yeah, I gotta admit something here, man. There is something that he did do with Spider-Man that I thought had a lot of potential.
Okay.
But then it landed like a wet fart. Was what he was doing with Norman Osborn. I actually liked the character development that Norman Osborn was getting. Like, he was actually trying to be a good person. He was trying to be a better person. He was, he was trying to, be Peter's friend. And, trying to, for, better or worse, he was actually trying to be a better man. Here, I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit so I can see a little bit better. But look right here. Norman says, but I choose to believe it means I have a second chance, and I won't put that at risk. I can't. Not for anybody. But I do want you at Oscorp. It's not a trap. I thought if you were here, maybe you could help keep me from going down a road that leads to him. But I see how silly that was. Too many demons in our past. And Peter ended up trusting him. They ended up becoming allies. Like, I'll take you even a step further. Scenes that I never thought I would see, like, actually play out with any level of sincerity. Right here. I thought it was awesome. I was like, dude, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. And, we did okay, I won't lie, the whole Gold Goblin thing was kind of dumb. I didn't like the Gold Goblin. I
wasn't
liked...
even going to bring that up. I was going to ask you, what would you say to the people? And I love that you have this image. What would you say to those people that when they see this, they're going to immediately bring up Gwen Stacy?
Oh, and yeah. So, and that's the thing. So, when I want to see if I can find this. Can I find this?
Okay.
Because I think it got addressed. I think it even got addressed.
Okay.
I
feel like it did too, but I could not tell you the issue.
Well, so, okay. I think I have it here. No. Actually, in the loosest of ways, it got addressed. But it was that whole issue that was actually tied into Judgment Day. It was the one where
Ghost. That was Judgment Day.
Yeah, that was right here. This is what you're thinking about.
Okay.
He pulls up and he sees Peter, but it's the progenitor's there. And the whole time, like, they're kind of playing this whole thing. Oh, is it real? Is it? It's not real. It's the progenitor judging Peter Parker. But yeah, I don't know. It just, they kind of had an opportunity to really do something here. They didn't really. But Zeb took another opportunity, and it's one that I kind of wish that maybe he wouldn't have. And it was the whole thing where they had took all the sins of Norman Osborn that were blasted out of him from the Sin Eater story arc. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Look.
It's stupid, but having a shotgun that blows the sin out of people is hilariously awesome.
Oh no, I laugh the most. I think I laughed the most when it happened.
And Jasmine, you're showing your young comic booky mind. I forgot he piped out Gwen Stacy. I try to forget. Carter, why'd you bring that up? I was clearly, because several people knew what I was talking about. I was clearly talking about Norman Osborn being the one to kill Gwen. But what you thinking about in your freshly 25 mind, him piping her out. You thinking about Willem Dafoe and Emma Stone getting it in, you pervert. I was clearly talking about murder. Now, please, Ernie, back to Norman Osborn.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Why? So, yeah, Norman Osborn was shot. He was blasted with the, it was the, here, I'm going to pull this up because I want y'all to see this. It was the gun of the new Sin Eater. The sin was blown out of him. He just
it don't look like it got any kind of magical abilities. You don't see no demon horns or nothing. Just a regular ass pump. Just shooting the shit out of people, bro. He bought that shit at Academy Sports, Ernie. Just blowing the sin out of fucking
right?
people.
He shot the sin out of Norman Osborn, and the sin, the sin got placed into a spear that was being wielded by the Kraven the Hunter.
Not even a real Kraven.
Not even real Kraven. This is actually, so yeah, for those who don't know, this is not even OG Kraven the Hunter. This is a clone of Kraven the Hunter that was created by the High Evolutionary and is the last of a long line of clones that was created to create the strongest clone, who, by the way, is not just a normal person, also has superhuman capabilities. And yeah.
What if Sony does this for the Kraven movie?
Oh my God. Nah, dude, I don't even know if that movie's coming out, man. After that bullshit they did with Venom, they need to leave that shit where it's at. He didn't
Please clip that. Did you see it?
I'm so done with y'all. I'm so done with y'all. But no. Peter Parker jumped in the way and took the spear because Kraven was trying to put the sin back in to Norman Osborn. He get ready to stab Norman Osborn. He about to blow Norman Osborn back out with the spear. And instead, Peter jumps in the way and says, "Nuh-uh." Actually, no, wait. No. Peter jump in and is like, and he take the spear. And then that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we get the Spider-Goblin.
I like that image. That image I like.
That like the reveal, nasty. The image, beautiful.
Yeah, that image is dope. Is that still John Romita Jr.?
No. This is oh God, I forget who it was. It was on the I forgot who it was. It was on this at the time.
It don't even matter. It was nice. Okay.
Yeah, I forget exactly who was on at the time. But yeah, like he went back to being like, he actually went back to the black costume, was acting more like the Green Goblin, and all that stuff. But then something insane happened. And let me see if I can find it. Here it is, right here. Right here. Bam. So basically, Norman Osborn takes a spear, stabs it into Spider-Man's back. Got to put it right back in the same spot, right between the shoulder blade. And he stabs him in the back and swallows up the goblin energies, the essence of the goblin, back into the spear. Back into the spear. Now, it says Spider-Man channeled the hatred of his fans. Sure fuck did. So that led to Peter turning back to normal. And of course, Kraven claims, "Oh, I'm gonna take the spear and I'm gonna bury it somewhere. You'll never, it'll never, the Goblin will never get his hands." Which this whole storyline was weird.
Oh, you know what?
real quick though, before he got that evil Green Goblin sin uprooted from his person, there actually was an issue I liked where he went after Craven.
Yes.
And he buried him alive.
Yes,
and
that's where.
Go ahead.
No. I'm co-signing. That's where all this comes from. Yeah.
And that was Craven saying that was one of the first times, because this new Craven, he was in the X books killing mutants over there, Krakoa. He was in the Judgment Day stuff. But this is one of those moments where he was fighting this evil ass goblined up version. Somebody in the fucking chat said the spider who gobs. Jesus Christ.
My God. Y'all stop.
But this is one of the first moments Craven said that he felt legitimate fear because Spider-Man was playing and buried him alive. So I did like that. That was dope. That issue was good.
Yeah, no, 100%. I thought that was money. I thought that was money.
But please.
But continue. But then we also cannot forget. Oh my God, this part. I think this was Amazing Spider-Man 49. I think it was 49. Amazing Spider-Man 49. The Green Goblin returns. We get to a point where we see, because he still got the costume.
He got the waves.
He still got the waves. Look. You see, look how crisp the waves is. Look at that. Look how crisp the waves are. But then you look at it right here. He's like, oh, I'm back to being the Green Goblin again. I'm the Green Goblin, kiddies. I'm back. And basically what happens is he unleashes the goblin gas and all the other stuff. He ends up turning back into, like, Norman Osborn. By the time you get to issue 50, he is fully returned to being the Green Goblin. Fully returned to being the Green Goblin, complete with pumpkin bombs and Goblin Glider. He's out here just doing his thing. And we also get to see him doing his trademark cackle, beating the brakes off Spider-Man, all that good gobbledygook. And ultimately, we just learn that, this was the Gambit. This was all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Matter of fact, here we go. Right here. Basically, he says that this was the game plan. This was Norman Osborn's Gambit. Oh, he wasn't just trapped in the spear. Oh, no. You see, there was also all this other brain bullshit that was going on as well. All this other brain bullshit that was happening. But no. Basically, he is back. Peter ends up turning into the Goblin again. He actually gets turned into the Goblin a couple of times in this run.
I remember. Do you remember that nasty cover of him in green on the glider? The Spider-Goblin cover.
Oh, you talking about you talking about this bullshit?
Yeah.
You talking about this bullshit?
Oh God, yuck.
The only thing that saved this issue was Reck-Rap. That was the only thing that saved it. The wall-walking Reck-Rap is reporting for all your web-wanging needs. That was the only thing that saved this issue. Anyway, also, I don't want to be that's nasty work. Let me. We also got to give shout out to Ben Reilly. We talked about Ben Reilly earlier with his psycho-reactive goo. helping to cure Peter of the goblin vibes. That was a thing. That was nasty. I'm not gonna lie, this whole thing was nasty work.
He didn't even mean to do. He was trying to kill him. It just cured him.
He was actually trying to kill a motherfucker. But that's how we end up and also can I also point out, not only, and this probably seems like not last but not least, we also can't forget about Tombstone. Peter got the brakes beat off of him by Tombstone, not once, but 2 or 3 times. Like, I'm talking about getting the absolute fool beaten out of his ass. But the only thing that saved it is that at least this last time he got to get his lick back. And Tombstone wound up not killing Peter Parker when he had the chance. And we see they kind of like pass out, fall out together at the end of issue number 59. We have taken y'all on a journey. A journey that leads us right back to where we belong. Tombstone walking away scot-free.
Yeah.
All charges against Tombstone dismissed because he paid off the judges.
Oh, this was dog. That conversation outside the courthouse was fire.
Oh no, I loved it. I fucking loved it. Because right here, this shit right here. so hey, I want to have a conversation with you. Pulls him to the side, says, I just want you to tell him I got to the judge. Talking about he wanted him to tell Spider-Man. Said, this isn't Spider-Man's fault. It's just one of those things. He says, why are you telling me this? Because I want him to know he won fair and square. But that's not how the world works. I was like,
I want him to know he won fair and square. But that white privilege is a motherfucker.
Right? Look, he said, look, I'm albino, but I still got, I got the whitest of white privilege, okay?
Yeah. He said he went and made a phone call to his cousin Tobias Well that has the same white-skinned issue that he has. Oh, yeah, I know how you can fix this. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. Get the judge. Yeah, he said, get the judge. That's all you gotta do, baby. Get the judge. He said, you ain't one of the, look, he said, you ain't one of them big nose, thick lip monkeys like the rest of them. We different, baby.
Let me explain something to y'all, because I see people in the chat saying it. Remember, is Tombstone black?
Yes, he is black.
But not where it counts. Not where it matters. What you see on that goddamn panel right there? What y'all see?
We know that he's black. That he's black, but he has white skin because of Alvin.
I see 2 white men having a conversation right now. That's what I'm looking at in that panel. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know what y'all looking at, but that's what I'm looking at.
Oh my God. I love it.
But
well, I mean, didn't they retcon it though? Didn't they retcon it to like be back in the day that he was actually albino even before the
even before the on that one? I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Sure. But no, that's one of those things. Like, I don't know. It depends. Cause like, I feel like at some point in time they went back and retconned like why, but I don't know. It honestly, that part's not important. What is important is that Tobias Well of the Marvel Comics universe has exercised his white privilege. Dude, if they put him and Necro together, that'd be some nasty work, man. I'm not gonna hold you. But I also like this shot right here. And then he says, I want you to thank him for me. He'll know why. But basically, it's because Spider-Man stopped Tombstone from sending his daughter to the Shadow Realm, basically. But I thought all that was all well and good. I thought it was all well and good. But the other interesting thing that happened in Spider-Man 60, there was a part with Sandman that showed up that was kind of some nasty work because Sandman is supposed to be on the road to reforming and is already back to robbing banks by the time we get to this issue.
For everyone who doesn't know, what they're doing with Sandman right now is that Flint Marco is a personality in his mind.
Yeah.
So for all of you all that know that Ernie and I are fans of Detective Comics, when James Tynion was on it, how Clayface and I cannot remember Clayface's actual name.
It was.
Oh God.
Was it Kane?
No.
Or not? No. No.
It was something ugly. I remember it was something ugly. Anyway.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
Well, I know I can always remember the original Clayface's name because it was like Basil Carlo.
There you go. Thank you.
That okay? Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
So you had Basil Carlo, and you had Basil, and you had Clayface, and those were two completely different things. Sandman nowadays, Sandman is the bad guy. William Baker was in a prison or like an institution or something like that, trying to change his ways and not have the Flint Marco Sandman side of him that y'all asses probably still be playing on Marvel Snap take over.
Oh man.
and it took over in this issue.
And he out here running Spider-Man's fade. Also, I want to point out something. The what was so crazy about this situation, because this is at a feast event or near a feast event. Aunt May, doing her soup kitchen deal. She's nearby when all the shenanigans happen, and Spider-Man has to jump in the way and get her, away from the whole situation. Now, bear in mind, Aunt May has no idea that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. All this stuff has been retconned away as of one more day. And as of this precise moment, the only thing she knows is that Peter Parker constantly comes home with bruises and cuts and scrapes and all kinds of eyes double swollen shut because of Spider-Man. And that's what she's thinking about right here. But what ends up happening is they have this moment where it almost seems like he's going to tell her. There's a moment where it almost seems like he's probably going to say the thing. He's trying to protect Aunt May. He's trying to keep her out of harm's way. And basically what it all comes down to is that she just tries to say, hey, you are going to get my nephew killed. You're constantly putting him in danger and all this other stuff. He can't help himself. He's going to always chase after you, yada, 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 yada. But she says, please stay the fuck away from him. Leave my baby alone. Leave my baby alone is what she's trying to tell the man. But then he says something. It's this moment right here where he puts the hand on her shoulder. He says, wait. Peter, he works with me because he wants to help. No, that's not right. He needs to help. We've gone our separate ways a few times and it never sticks because he knows if someone's in trouble and he doesn't call me, well, he won't be able to live with himself because he wouldn't have done everything in his power to help. And then he wouldn't, and because at first, I thought she was going to say the thing. I thought they were going to do the Simpsons bit where we're like, hey, say the line, Bart. I thought they were going to do the part where but no, she's like, because she gives the sigh. She's like, because with great power comes, I thought that's what she was.
Yeah, me too.
But no, she says it's because he wouldn't be Peter Parker. And then she just says, hey, you be safe out there, Spider-Man. And they go their separate ways. And it's a really cool, heartfelt moment. But then they have what I feel is, the better moment after the fact is, towards the end of it, they're having pizza. And basically, Peter's giving his usual bullshit excuse for why he's always looking beat up. And she tells him, she's like, look, stop. She's like, I know what's going on. I know what's happening. I'm fully and keenly aware of what's going on. And basically, she just kind of lets him know in her own way that, hey, it's okay. It's all right. But the thing I think, and also there's, they have there's some other stuff that happens in this book too that we'll talk about here in a second. But the thing I actually want to address, we talked a lot about Paul. But what we haven't talked about, Carter? We haven't talked about the fact that Spider-Man has a new main squeeze.
He does.
Yeah, Spider-Man has a new main squeeze. He's not worried about MJ no more. He ain't checking for MJ no more.
I know where you're going with this, but let me ask you real quick.
Go ahead, shoot.
What happens in issue 60 for everyone that doesn't know? You get the main story, but then you get several little
we're gonna get to that part in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to just get this out of the way first.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the Ben Reilly thing that happens at the end.
No. I was just gonna ask you how you felt about all of these little single.
Like the single stories. I liked most of them. of them. The Reck-Rap one was best. I didn't really care for the because the whole jackpot thing is still growing on me. The one with him and Mary Jane.
Yeah,
that one was okay. I mean, if anything, I thought the one good thing about it was that it basically it finally stopped playing the will they or won't they deal where they basically just kind of say, hey, look, we're not together anymore, but hey, we're friends now at the very least. Let's move on. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm always gonna be there for you, yada yada yada. And we see at the end that they're having a double date. And it's gonna be Mary Jane is with Paul, because dastardly evil villain. But then also we've got the new love interest that was recently introduced. A woman by the name of Shay. Her name is actually brought up a couple of times in the issue, but it's one of those things. Like, she's a character that Zeb kind of inserted into the story 10 or 12 issues prior, I believe. I might be misremembering. At least 5 or 10. But yeah, Shay is a character that we got introduced to. It was on a blind, it was, I guess, kind of a blind date. They met on a dating app, and basically Peter Parker is already fucking up the date because he's doing his normal Peter Parker shit. He's having a date with her, and outside the window of the restaurant, he literally sees Rhino and what was that girl's name? Screwball? He sees both of them outside running roughshod, and it's kind of an awesome scene because you could it's basically she's she's into him. She's actually into Peter. She's into Peter. However, she can tell his eyes are not paying attention to her. And ultimately, he ends up getting up from the date. But it actually leads to an interesting moment because it's one of those moments where, man, don't you wish Peter had more control over his life? Like this, he actually leaves the date, goes, and he stops Screwball and Rhino from their little caper. And he actually levels with them. He doesn't tell them who he is. He doesn't, they don't know that he's Spider-Man, obviously. But he's just like, hey, look, I just left this really awesome date because, man, I'm trying to make this shit happen. I'm trying to make something pop off. And he's like, man, it is hard out here for a pimp. My girl literally just left me for some motherfucker named Paul. And now y'all are out here doing this stuff. Y'all are, disrupting the date. And man, I like this girl, but man, he's like, man, can y'all just knock this shit off? And oddly enough, they leave. And he goes back. He goes back to his date. And so far, so good. I'm with a lot of y'all. Will it last? Probably not. But if you're wondering, if you're one of those people who was wondering why, why towards the end of that main story, why was Peter hugged up with some random, some random woman? why was he? Why did he have some random woman? That he was, putting his hands on some double date. Well, that's why. You see Peter Parker picked a paw. Yeah, okay, first off, you ain't shit. Now, you also notice at the bottom of that panel, you see the hands of Chasm. Or the hand of Chasm. So that is the story that I actually thought was a good way to end it. Up until a point. Because Zeb Wells, just like, okay, so where was that image at? The same energy that Zeb Wells had right here. Sorry, Joe. Now you have to use him. That's basically what Zeb Wells did with Chasm. See, now we've come full circle. We have come full circle. So basically what's going on here is that, here, let me get that out of the way. What's going on here is that in the final story, Spider-Man and Ben Reilly, Peter Parker, Ben Reilly, they end up running into each other. They're messing around with, fighting crime in the same zip code. And do you remember that? And I know, because Carter, I know you remember this because this was Amazing Spider-Man 75. They had the whole thing where Spider-Man was having that initial conversation with Ben. When he was talking about how he was going to take over Spider-Man, and he was working for the Beyond Corporation.
Yeah, he was still in the
business.
hospital and stuff like that.
As a matter of fact, man, you want to talk about. Here, I want to pull these panels up. This is such a similar shot. Hey, here, I want to take this. We're gonna put this here. And here, let's do it like this. And I want to take this one and put it here. Like, you see that? Like, that is such a... I love the juxtaposition here. We're basically getting very similar shots here. Where
they're tracing. They're tracing.
I see tracing. They've traced. I saw they just traced. I saw it. You saw it here first, y'all. But no, I love the fact that in all this, they're now having a conversation. They meet up later for coffee, just like what they did in the 75 issue. And basically, they're having the conversation they probably should have had a long time ago. Basically, this is where Carter alluded to this earlier, saying that, when Chasm had saved Spider-Man from being the Green Goblin, he's like, oh, no, he was trying to kill him. No, that's the admission is here that, he's like, no, I thought the cure was going to kill you. When Peter's like, oh, well, that would have been bad, and he just sips. Also, I just love this shit. That motherfucker just goes, sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Look, I don't know if this was Zeb's idea or whoever's beer. I gotta zoom in on this. That man literally took a sip of that coffee, which means he took a beat. It said, yeah, sure. He's like, yeah, maybe. I guess. He's like, I guess, maybe. But the thing that's kind of some nasty work, though, in all this it's the next stuff. Because it's here where we get this thing where it's like, oh man, Ben Reilly, he's finally gonna get his propers. Yeah, he got the short end of the stick, but he's trying to be better. He wants to be better. He's gonna make an effort to be better. And it seems like him and Peter are gonna bury the hatchet. He calls for the ceasefire. Then they're gonna take it easy on each other. He goes on to which also, by the way, I love that they revisit those same panels. Very invincible of you, Amazing Spider-Man. But you see here when Peter asks, "Are you for real?" at the bottom, and they cut right back. Same they traced. It's tracing. I see tracing. He traced right here, right there. But no, nobody cares. Anyway, and he says, sure. But they basically talk about how they're going to give each other their space. They're going to go their separate ways. It's over. It's done. Finito. Only one problem. Chasm was lying. It's like, look, let me tell you something. If the story would have ended right here, if the story would have ended with, you're welcome, I'm rooting for you, Ben. Ben gets to ride off to the sunset. He gets to try and be a hero on his own terms. If the story ended there, all sins forgiven. All sins forgiven. But no, it's because you get to the bottom of that page. This funny thing happens when you find out your life is a lie. More lies don't seem like that big of a deal. Told Peter 3 whoppers today. I wasn't looking for Bushwhacker. I was looking for him. I told him it'd be bad if he was gone. When a part of me wants nothing more. And then there was the biggest fib of all. He asked if I'm for real. And I said yes. And he says, we both know I'm not real. My life is a shadow. You live in the light. And so I watch and wait for my chance to take it all back. So basically,
dog. Yuck. Yuck. Just when I was finna give you, I've been giving you props for an hour and a half now about how I'm thinking you really wrote the entire run. Dog, you said during their conversation at with the coffee that went good. They were going to go their separate ways, go on their own terms.
Mm-hmm.
During that entire conversation, I'm going to tell you why I got fucking annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
At no point is Peter like, look, I got the X-Men. I got Fantastic Four. We can find some way for you to get the memories and shit that were stolen from you from Beyond back. Because keep in mind, people, the villain from Beyond, that woman that ran the Beyond Corporation.
Yeah, Maxine Danger. Yeah, Maxine Danger. She was in Blood Hunt. She was in Blood Hunt recently.
Okay. Ain't heard nothing from her since about what she did with Ben. So during their entire little coffee shop conversation, I'm just sitting there like, this is the opportune time for people to talk. This is the opportune time for you to maybe try to help Ben get his shit right. Because I had read the previous Scarlet Spider books when that was the whole thing of him trying to go on the straight and narrow so that his soul didn't get fucked up and go to hell. So that was why when I was reading the Beyond stuff, I liked seeing that because I'm like, okay, maybe they're taking bits from that old run of when Ben was in Vegas. But no. You just sitting there like you don't know this man don't want them memories in your head that you could probably holler at Doctor Strange or somebody and give to him very fucking easily.
Dude, Jean Grey could easily just slid. Hell, you got Madeline Pryor phone number.
Like shit, you could have done that at any point, but Peter just wants to go run off because J. Jonah Jameson want to do something real quick. So I didn't like Peter in this because that shit pissed me off. And then Ben, like, because here's how I'm thinking about things. Ernie, people that are listening right now, people that are watching right now, we know how many different people you can put up against Peter Parker, and we know how many people you could put up against Spider-Man. We don't need this. This ain't for nobody to me. Don't nobody want this toy. Don't nobody want this fucking pop vinyl. People can do without. I saw some people in the chat earlier talking about this is they were talking about Miles, but this is just so that you can have a new costume to put in one of the new Spider-Man games coming out on fucking PlayStation.
Yeah. Do you know that? Yeah, I'm shocked we haven't already got the DLC costume.
And I'm reading the Chasm book that's currently out with, and the only reason I'm even fucking reading this because Kane is in it. But it's trying to somewhat, but I want to say it's trying to somewhat remedy it, but they have Druig in there fucking with his mind now. So now it's really a fucking mess. Chasm is not needed. I don't know who told Zeb Wells he was. I would have rather you just not turn him into Chasm and just fucking killed him at the end of Beyond. Cause this shit is so dumb, dog. I don't want to read an arc where Chasm is going after fucking Peter Parker. I don't. I'll take any other goddamn villain you want. I will take another bad run of Superior Spider-Man before I gotta look at fucking Chasm. Like,
yeah,
goodness,
I don't like
dude.
how they're doing. Like Chasm, I feel like Chasm, they should have done something different with him. Like they literally had an opportunity to let this motherfucker ride off into the sunset and wasted it. Because I mean, I think on his face, I like the look of the character. I like the power set. I like that. Yeah, he has Spider-Man's powers, but he has something that differentiates him from Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, he can even stay the emo edgelord Spider-Man. I don't even care about that part. But the fact that like he is just so dead set on taking over Peter's life, and when all this shit could easily be taken and fixed with a wave of a wizard's hand or the wave of a telepath's hand, and we're not doing that, I was like, dude, look, I don't even give a fuck about Ben Reilly as a character, and I'm like, bruh, y'all doing this motherfucker dirty as hell.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, dude, I don't know what Ben Reilly did to Zeb Wells, but I have so many questions.
I promise.
I have so many questions. But the last thing, and this is the very last page of the issue, we get to see Dr. Doom. Yeah. I'm not going to go through the whole story because the whole story itself is not important. It's basically Dr. Doom musing about who his champion is going to be now that he is Sorcerer Supreme. And he is choosing Spider-Man because he thinks Spider-Man has intelligence that rivals others in the Marvel Comics universe, and he is someone who is going to do the right thing. And it kind of leads to why we're going to be getting the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. Yeah, basically, it's all going to be because of Dr. Doom. And now I do wonder because something Justina Ireland said, who's going to be co-writing this series. She said, because there were people like, what was it? I think she shared something about the end of the Amazing Spider-Man run by Zeb Wells, and someone said, "Man, I sure hope he gets an I think they said something to the tune of, "I sure hope Peter finally gets to be happy." And then she chimed in and said, "My story arc's called The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man." Now, here's the question: are these going to be metaphysical deaths, like these metaphorical deaths, or will these be actual deaths? I think there'll be a little bit of both.
We finna see some bodies.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. One for every leg that a spider has. But we know that that's a thing. We know this is all coming. We've already seen some of the solicit stuff, the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. We've seen the costume that's been thrown around. I'm curious to see how it's all gonna play out, but yeah. All that said, I think it's time for us to go ahead and put the Zeb Wells Spider-Man run down into the ground. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody fall into the casket. Don't nobody try and throw yourselves on the casket, go down into the ground with it. Mm-hmm. But no. I don't know. I all in all, I'm with Carter. There are aspects of this I love, but there are just some things I cannot abide. The treatment of Chasm, I think, is the worst thing, honestly, about this run. The Paul stuff, the MJ Peter stuff, whatever. I don't care. I do agree MJ was done dirty, just in the sense that she had to be a mom, so she couldn't live her life. What the fuck does Paul do? Paul can stay home with the babies? Goddamn. I mean, Paul got money to be paying motherfuckers' medical bills. Anybody who can just drop 15. Okay, first let's keep something in mind. They live in New York. $1,500 is rent for an apartment, for a 1-bedroom apartment above a bodega. That is rent for a 1-bedroom apartment above a bodega. How the hell he got money? Dude, any motherfucker, okay, if you live in New York and you could just if you could just casually slide a motherfucker $1,500 off rip. Nah, man.
Paul is Tommy from Martin. Don't know what he do.
He got money
He
though.
got bread.
He got bread.
He got bread.
You a drug
He
dealer?
Boy, you wild. You a fool. You know,
Dude,
you a fool.
I'm just saying. But no,
He can put you on at his job, Ernie. You just ain't gonna know what your job is.
Oh, here, yeah, right here. G Martinez said $1,500 per month is rent for a 1-bedroom apartment above a bodega in the closet, not no layout. Exactly. You ain't got no 2 bedrooms. You ain't got no hallway. You ain't got no extra bathroom. And matter of fact, your closet, you don't even have a closet in the apartment. Your apartment is the closet. Like, y'all remember that shit that that Peter Parker had in Spider-Man 2? Where old boy was constantly hitting him for the rent. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's the type of apartment. $1,500 get you in New York. So the fact that Paul got that kind of bread that he could be like, hey, yeah, you got Venmo? Yeah, let me go ahead and break here. Let's tap phones. I'm gonna tap the phone to you and break you off $1,500. Easy. Yeah. Says $1,500 for a 1-bedroom in VA. I mean, I believe that too. Well, I tell you what. You know what? Truth be told, shit, that's probably that's your gas bill for the month. Jesus. But no, I just no. Even with all that, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the next stuff, we are gonna pull our winner. I will say, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think I said this at the top of it all, but I'm gonna say it now. When we draw the winner, if they ain't here, guess what? I'm gonna pull again.
Next. Thank you. Next.
Right? So if you ain't here, ain't nothing I can do for you. I'll play the music for you, and you will be someone who could have won. But yes, real quick,
boy, these gonna be some funny YouTube comments if the winner end up popping up after the fact.
Oh man, what you said. I mostly wanted to be someone who's here, so that way I can get their information immediately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there ain't no someone hitting me up after the fact pretending to be the person. That's mainly why. But I don't want any bullshit because I've seen it happen before.
Let's get to it.
Let's real quick. I'm gonna give y'all just some last minute. We are going to let's see. This actually this is actually easy because I thought there were more. It's just the one. We got one here real quick. I'm gonna answer from Legion with the Blerd Club Silver right quick. Says 3 months in a row. God damn. Says do you think Marvel could do Null better? If we're talking about the comics, I think Null should stay precisely where he's at. Gone. Don't bring him back because all y'all gonna do is make him like Gore, and then he gonna get overused, and then he'll turn into Batman who laughs, and then we ain't never gonna get rid of that motherfucker. Movies, hard to say because he was barely in the movie he was supposed to be in. But I'll say this: if we're talking about the movie, I would not have advertised Null being in the movie under any circumstances. I would have let that be a secret, as much as you can have a secret with movies nowadays.
You ain't lying.
All right. So here, I'm going to... Oh, what you got?
Oh, no, I'm ready for you, brother.
So here, let's do this. Here, we're going to do... wait. Here. Wait a minute. Because those are some of the old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the old ones. So here, I want to make sure of something. Everybody that is here... Where's my thing? Okay, cool. I am stopping entries in 3, 2, 1. 0. This motherfucker. You ain't shit. Oh, everybody like hitting it down at CB and trying to stop it. All right. I have stopped entries. There are no more entries now. If you waited till just now, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. You ain't in. Okay. Now let's select a name. Ignore the names that are going to pop up at the top of this because they don't count. Those are all fake. So let's select a name. All right. Is everyone ready? Are we ready? You're going to do a little... Select a name. Wild Child.
Why is his name so long?
Oh, there we go. All right. We got Wild Child 730 NY2 Vegas.
I'm gonna need you to say something in the chat.
Is you is or is you ain't? Is you is or is you ain't? Oh. wait, G Martinez ain't shit. That motherfucker said. G Martinez, you ain't shit. That was it. Blow the whistle, y'all. Not my baby, I guess. Not my baby. They ain't here. Well,
here we go again.
Well. I guess wait, going once. Going twice. Going 3 times.
Well, get your out of here, sir. Next.
Well, sorry. I should have prepared you for that.
Man. Oh man.
I should have. Okay, right. So like I said, they're not here. So sadly, I will not be able to give them the prize.
Too bad.
So we're gonna do it again.
All right.
And all right. So for all the marbles. I am Gregor D.
Oh, wow.
I am Gregor D. We're going to play it again.
Where's he at? Where's he at, though? That's the question.
Oh, no.
There he is. There he is.
He's like, no. He's like, no, I'm here. He's like, I'm here. He's like, look, when I said, is you is or is you ain't? He's like, no. I'm your Huckleberry. I am Gregor D. said, I am, in fact, here. Never fear, for I am here. So, yes. I am Gregor D, and you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm Gregor D knows exactly how to get a hold of me. So, yeah. What I'm going to say is I am Gregor D. I am going to hit you up. By the way, shout out to, and I want to make sure none of this was weighted. I want to make sure people understand there was no like, oh, hey, if you do this, you do that, you're gonna get more. No, it was literally just everybody got one entry. If you typed in !join, you got one entry. That was it. Everybody was a one entry. That said, shout out, congrats here, and drop the bomb for I am Gregor D. And I guess I am Gregor D. What would be the best way for me to get a hold of you? Would you want me to? Do you want me to email you through the email address connected to your YouTube account? Do you want me to DM you on the artist formerly known as Twitter? Let me know what's the best way to get a hold of you. and then I will, because okay. Also, I am Gregor D. Because once again, I want to talk about what it is that we're what was on the line. I'm giving it's winner's choice. It's winner's choice. So it's the winner is the one who gets to determine what they get. So you have a choice. I don't know if you can make the choice now or you can think about it and let me know. But the winner's choice of either a PlayStation 5, a Nintendo Switch, or an Xbox Series X. It is your choice.
Since the chat, you want to do it in DM, so since the chat is going, Babe was like, so you gonna sell the old one now. And Threads is the move, and I appreciate y'all. We going with the 5. He said we going with the 5.
Going with the 5? Bet. So there you go. Bam, right there. So like I said, I will reach out to you. I think, let me see something here. Does Threads have I just thought about this. Oh, you know what? I know how we can get around all that. There you go. So yeah, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to hit you up. You'll get a message from me. It'll be directly from me. It's not going to be from somebody with my name and a bunch of letters and numbers and whatnot in it. And also I want to make this clear. Do not ever click on a link from someone claiming to be me and they have a bunch of numbers and shit in their name or like a phone number. That's not me. If I message you on like Instagram or Threads, I'm verified on there. So you'll know it's me. You'll see a check mark. And I think as of, I'll have to double check myself. But also I want to say here, let's see. Does it give me I don't know if it gives me the check mark. I think you have to have like so many on YouTube or whatever. But basically, there's just me. You're not going to get any message from anybody else but me. That said, shout out again here. Let's I got a round of applause. For for I am Gregor D. Who's long time fan of the channel. Always in the chat, always showing out. And like I said, just want to say thank you to everybody for. Oh wait, did we lose you, Carter? I think we lost Carter, y'all. Carter is gone. He has disappeared. Carter has disappeared. I apologize. Actually, here, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna leave this up just in case, so that if anyone asks, it'll be in the. I'm gonna put it over here, or we'll put it over here. There you go. That way, it's kind of out of the way. All right. Carter disappeared. He is gone. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, like he is not even in the call. Let me see if he messaged me. Oh, got you. Yeah, he had to take care of something. He's good. He had to go take care of something. Got it. You're good, brother. That said, oh man. Oh shit, I didn't even see that part. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back. Did I miss I missed a thing. Did I miss a thing? I feel like I missed a thing here. Oh, this is the one I missed. Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. Shout outs at Mad Shocked right now, but grateful. PS5 and a kid due next week. We lit. Hey. Dude, first off, okay, we already dropped one bomb. Gotta drop another for you. Got to. Ain't no way we don't. Ain't no way we don't, man. Yeah, a little round of applause. Round of applause. Congratulations on both being a winner and a father to be. Thank you for that. Thank you for being out there, being a fan and being a dad, man. It's hard work, but somebody has got to do it. All right, we got Carter back.
Yeah.
All right, so here, what we're going to do, I'm going to take down the, we're going to take that down. We don't need that anymore. That's gone. Get that up out of here. Let's see. Also, I guess let's go ahead and get into, let's go ahead and do the other thing. You know what? I was going to say recommendations. Is it my turn or your turn this week?
Yours.
It's mine. Okay. I'm going to be real quick. I'm going to be real quick with mine because, well, for one, it's something that I actually talked about yesterday. Since I recently had the pleasure of getting into an email conversation with the creators of Stray Dogs. Amazing comic. We haven't talked about this one in a while. Actually, I'm thinking about doing a video for this, so I'm not going to talk too long about it, but I'm just going to say, for those who do not know about this book, this is a story, and it literally what it says here on the tin, what do you get when you crossbreed Silence of the Lambs with All Dogs Go to Heaven? Well, you get stray dogs. Well, that is a very accurate statement. It's basically a horror movie from the perspective of dogs, and it's really awesome, really good story. It's about a young dog who suddenly finds themselves with a new owner, and they don't really have any memory of events that have happened prior to this, but they end up discovering they have found themselves in the home of someone who may or may not be a serial killer. And that's really the most I want to say about it. That's the most you need to know. But that said, I would say that, yeah, go check that out. If I'm not mistaken, I actually think this one is another that is on, I think this is another one that's on Global Comics. As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Okay.
Excusez-moi. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So once again, as I said before, like I said, you can either, you can get the Dog Days, which was like the second volume. It was like I think it was 2 or 3 giant-sized issues of the story, which kind of focused more on the other dogs that were a part of the story. And then there was also, just the main story, which I think was like 5 or 6 issues, something along those lines. But once again, if you want to be able to take advantage of things like Global Comics, which by the way now has DC Comics on it, and they have a lot of other amazing things on the way that I can't talk about right now. But if you are, for whatever reason, you're a person who you want, like, man, I want to get on that. I want to be able to read all the comics, or at least most of the comics. Well, guess what? You can do that. You right there, 33% off your first 1-year subscription. You get access to the whole library of global comics. You can get your DC comics. You can read some DC stuff. You can go read some Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. Read some All-Star Superman. Read just some of the some of the more, I don't know if the Tom King stuff is on there just yet, but I know you can read like Wonder Woman Astoria. You can read Green Lantern. You can even read Green Lanterns, plural, with Jessica Cruz and Simon Badge. You can read there's a whole bunch of comics on there. There's like, I think Animal Man is also on there as well. Shit's crazy. Tons of Image comics, tons of Dynamite comics. You can read both Thundercats and Gargoyles. And a lot of the other, like some of the Disney villain stuff on there. But yeah, if use the exclamation mark GCX, it'll pull up a link. You can click on that link. It'll take you to the website, give you your 33% off your first 1-year subscription. You can also scan the QR code to take you to the app. Use my promo code GCX, Blerd Without Fear. It'll get you all that stuff. It'll get you hooked up. But yeah, I got a video that, well, I'll probably put out here for too long talking about that book in a little bit more depth. I still don't want to, it's not a book that I really just want to spoil the fuck out of. But because a lot of the, I think honestly, a lot of the punch in the story is the revelations. And yeah, it's just, once you know that stuff, it's not going to be as good to you if you read it after the fact. Let's go ahead and real quick. We're gonna run through Discord questions, and if you have questions that you want to put in the chat, now is the time to go ahead and start dropping them bad boys in there. I actually see a couple of people might have already done so because you all know what time it is. Thank you. But yes. That said, oh man, what do we got here in the Discord, Carter? What do you got for me?
All right, first question from I don't know how to say that entire name, so I'm just gonna say Flo. Blerd and Cowboy Carter. Who is your favorite comic book / illustrated media artist? I'll be real quick with mine because it hasn't changed, but now there are more people being added to that fucking list. Right now, it's Marco Shishato.
Oh yeah. This is gonna sound like pandering on my part, but I recently went back through Do a Power Bomb, and I've been reading a lot of Transformers lately. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is. There's just something about. Actually, no, man. You want to know what's even crazier? This is actually kind of tough because Daniel Warren Johnson doesn't pencil Transformers anymore. It's Jorge Corona who does, and Jorge Corona is another guy who is become a favorite of mine as of late. There's so many good artists out there. It's like, honestly, we kind of have an embarrassment. We actually have an embarrassment of riches nowadays. I think that's what makes the comic industry today so so much harder to navigate in terms of trying to say who the best is, because there's so many good artists out there right now. One of them being in the chat right now, Gavin Guidry, who those who don't know, worked with Kelly Thompson on Birds of Prey. Recently did some stuff for Old Dog. Actually have, because I study people's art styles because I like to learn things. I actually have, which by the way, go to Gavin's website. Go to Gavin's website. You can pick this up. Actually, I don't know if you see it because it's amazing. Has all the good stuff in it. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, I didn't even try and do that on purpose. I could not have done that better if I tried. Bam, look at that. Go to the website. Go to the website here. Gavin, feel more than free to you are, what the fuck is this? I have no clue what she's talking about. My wife just texted me, and it was like the weirdest text I think I have ever received from her in my entire life. I think it was a butt dial. But that's it here. I'm actually here. Can I get... Yeah, here it is right here. It is easy. It is gavingidry.com. Go there. Check it out. You won't be sad that you did. I'm actually going to put it in both the I'm going to put it in both the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. I'm doing both those right now. Boom. Look at that. Bam. Did it. But yeah, go check it out. Like I said, there's so many artists out there that are just like doing amazing things. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I want to be like all of them. And going from there, what is our next one? Carter. What else?
Thanos is saying, afternoon, 100 racks Blerd and Sean Carter. Why do you guys think comic fans are so resistant to new characters? I don't just mean legacy characters either. New villains or supporting cast are immediately met with heavy cynicism when they appear, referred to as pet characters, or they made this character to get a check, and I just don't get it. They complain when they get the 700 Joker story, but also complain when Tynion creates his own villains. They even complain when Spencer's trash-ass Amazing Spider-Man run had him fighting obscure villains from the 80s. They complain almost as much as I do when these likes don't go up.
Ooh, he said it. I mean, look. People complain all the time that, oh, why didn't they just make a new character? Because you won't buy them. People complain all the time, like, "Oh man, why did they have to make Batman black? Why couldn't they just make Jace Fox's own hero? Because you wouldn't have bought it." That's it. You wouldn't have bought it. Not saying Trap got that. I'm talking about these other people. You know, think about some of the most. Think about some of the most resistant, the most resistance met superheroes we've seen lately. Sometimes they succeed in spite of each other, but a lot of times it's because you kind of had to sneak them in. You had to sneak through the door under the auspices of being a different character. Yeah, I think about Miles Morales Spider-Man, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel. You had to make these characters somebody that had a name with some value to it, because if they would have, okay, so I'm gonna paint you a pretty picture. If they would have introduced Miles Morales into the Ultimate Marvel Comics universe, and let's say they named him, he wasn't a Spider-Man character, but like he was like Spider adjacent, like he was in the Spider-Man family, but but he's not called Spider-Man. Let's say his name was like Arachna or Arachnid or something like that. There would be no Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie. There would be no Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. There would be no Spider-Man Miles Morales DLC on PlayStation. You want to know why? Because no one would have bought that character. There would be no Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus. There would be no Ms. Marvel in the MCU. Because you would not have bought the character. Oh, I got one for you. Mosaic. Yeah, how many of y'all remember Mosaic? Okay, yeah, exactly. These people, they don't want it. They don't want new. They say they want new. They don't want new. I'm telling you, they don't want it. And right here, this right here. By the way, he said, knee deep in a Batman and Robin. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to slide that one to me on the side, and so I can see what's what. Gavin, I'm gonna need to see pictures. Said people complain about it feeling forced, but the truth is, if it wasn't forced, it largely wouldn't happen. We're basically overcorrecting to make up for lost time. If anything, it'll even out, and that's actually what I tell people all the time. You think about it. Back in the day, how many times would you see a black character, a Latino character? A female character of any prominence that was not white. How many times do you think you would see what's a character that people think made it in the right way? War Machine. How many of y'all actually believe War Machine that people accepted the idea of a new like the character War Machine? You're like, oh yeah, of course, people, because he's famous, he's popular, he's in the MCU now. Where's my button? Where's it at? Wrong. Let me hit the button again. You're wrong. You want to know why? Because when Rhodey was first introduced, he became Iron Man. They had to do that. And you know what? People still fucking hated it back then too. Rhodey was Iron Man for a while back in the 80s, and people hated it just as much then as they probably would do it if they did that now. About as much as people hated Riri Williams. And the reason why is exactly right. They're doing this now because comics are white as fuck. They're white as fuck. Most of the characters, I would say it would not be unfair to say that at least 75% of all the characters that are popular, more than 75% of all the characters that are popular, are white. So, yeah, that's why they do it. But I mean, hey, we end up getting, sometimes it sucks. I won't lie. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But other times I think it does. And like in the case of people talk about, you also think about some of those characters back then. A lot of times they were often racist stereotypes. Shang-Chi was a racist stereotype. There were, what was it? We were literally talking about it on Nerds of Culture the other day. Tom Pieface from the Green Lantern comics. Yeah, don't look that up. Don't look that up. You don't want to know. Carter, do you remember Tom Pieface?
I do, actually. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck y'all were talking about that on Nerds Culture.
Tom. Yeah, like I'm telling y'all, look it up. Tom Pieface. Look it up. And then the way that Hal Jordan so casually looks that man, that little boy, he wasn't a man, he was a little boy, looks this little boy in the face and says, I've never met an Eskimo before. Or no, what was it he said? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what he said. The only Eskimo I ever, here it is right here. I'm gonna share this real quick and then we're gonna move it on. The only real Eskimo I ever met was an Eskimo pie. How about if I call you Pie Face? Okay. Okay, Hal. Okay, Hal. No. No. See, this is why I don't fuck with Hal Jordan. Anyway, I'm Gregor D says, props and praise, brothers. Also our winner today. So this is the third time this week I've heard of the Brown Bomber randomly come up in conversation. So here's my question. Is there a character that literally makes no sense to you whatsoever, but the powers that be stay bringing them back in rotation? Mine is Jack of Hearts. Yeah, Jack of Hearts recently made a comeback in the She-Hulk series for reasons that made no goddamn sense. I mean, it was cool that he was there, but I feel like nothing was really done with him. Yes, there are some characters like that I wonder. Honestly, man, we were talking about him earlier. Ben Reilly. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the Ben Reilly love. Like I guess maybe it was because I was too traumatized by the Spider Clone saga. But like, yeah, I third generation don't understand people's love for the Scarlet Spider. I don't get it. But that's me. Carter, you?
I'm gonna answer this one and I'm gonna head out, Ernie.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Unfortunately, I want to be different than you, but I'm gonna have to keep it Spider. Fucking Spider Boy.
That's fair.
Spider Boy, because not even because I don't like that character. Well, that's one reason. Another reason being, you've tried this before. You have gone to this well before with giving Spider-Man a sidekick with fucking Alpha, and you think people don't remember that shit. And then you put him off there in, I think it was Philadelphia or Pittsburgh somewhere with bad art, and we ain't seen nor heard about him since. So now y'all trying to do that shit again. Like, yeah,
nah.
Y'all have tried this before.
I'm good. Anyway, man, go take care of your business, pimp.
Yeah. I will see all of you amazing people next Saturday. Congratulations again to I Am Gregor D and Gavin. Don't be late to the party when it comes to putting Ernie in the book where he's getting brutally slain. Because Moreira's already beating you to the punch on that one. So now I need to see Ernie in like a panel where he could have been saved by Christopher Reeve, Superman, but he just plummeted. I just need to see it.
Dang.
So, yes. I'm seeing
later, Carter. Oh, like, man, Carter's already trying to fridge me. God damn. Ain't that about a bitch? Damn. See? Damn, Gavin, you ain't got to sign off on this. God damn. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, let's we got a couple more questions we're gonna take a look at here from the Discord. I'm gonna answer these two. Kidoma says, greetings from the Blerd Cave. I hope you're having a great day. I'm really enjoying Agatha All Along. The show really works because there is not a lot of backstory with this character in the comics, so you can kind of play around with that. Do you think this will redefine the characters, the character and impact the comic book aspect of the character on a meaningful level? It already has. I actually talked about this briefly. On Nerds of Culture the other day. If you have been reading the recent, or at least most or closest to recent, Scarlet which series, Agatha has already kind of been changed. She made her triumphant, actually, technically, this started in the recent Midnight Suns miniseries that came out a little ways back. They did an arc. Where Agatha Harkness gets sent to the gulag. She gets sent to the gulag. She is seemingly destroyed. But then she comes back in a much younger body. This one right here. She comes back in a much younger body and kind of not looking exactly like Catherine Hahn, but, close enough to it, just in the sense that she is a younger woman. Now, the TV series Agatha All Along has actually moved her forward a little bit in terms of that, making her look more as close as possible to the original recipe version of Agatha. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out. But yeah, I'm honestly shocked they didn't go with the, with I guess they kind of did in a roundabout way, keep her a little young. I don't think you're going to see her walking around in the cat suit anytime soon. But yeah, that was, basically, that's basically what they hit her with. New body, who this? We have also got, oh, and by the way, yes, just to answer a question about the aspect of her, this version of here, and I want to pull this back just a bit. This version of Agatha Harkness was also responsible for the recent Contest of Chaos event that took place over the course of multiple different Marvel Comics annuals. So yes, they have made her a less morally good character and more of a morally ambiguous character, maybe even bordering on slightly evil in the comics now. So yeah, you got it. It's happened. Anyway, we've also got a last question from the Discourse. This is from Christian Rapper. This one says, why are fandoms so cruel in celebrating Zeb's end? It's obvious that he only did what was mandated by editorial with Spider-Man. Also, Spider-Man was consistently the top-selling comic book under his run. Editorial isn't going to let anything new happen with Peter. Every time that Peter shows any growth, sales drop and fans whine for the status quo. Spider-Man fans don't want Peter to grow. I remember when Peter actually became a billionaire. Spider-Man fans acted a donkey. Well, no, Christian Rapper, you're 100% correct. I was probably one of 5 people who legitimately enjoyed Spider-Man worldwide, and when he was a billionaire and he had a company that could rival Stark Industries and all that stuff. I was one of 10 people who probably like that story arc. I like Spider-Man to have growth. I think Spider-Man should have growth. But at the end of the day, people want Spider-Man to forever be in an arrested development, as you just stated. And here's the thing, and I'm going to say this again. I say it all the time. I need to make a clip of it so I can just hit a button and say it so I don't have to repeat myself. Nobody hates Spider-Man like Spider-Man fans. Nobody hates Spider-Man like Spider-Man fans. Screwface said, me, Blerd, Elite, and Triple Dot are a part of the club. No, it's true. It's true. I thought that was great storytelling. I thought that, yeah, dude, finally, Spider-Man gets a dub. Finally. I got to be like moist critical and put my hands on it and be like, yes! But no, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. We didn't get to keep it. Because, people love Spider-Man being broke and borderline homeless. Living on someone else's couch. Living off the kindness of others. Can't fend for himself except for when he's fighting supervillains. But yeah, that's it for questions from the Discord, and then we're gonna go through. Let's see here. But Before we actually get into questions from the chat, real quick, I do want to address some we got one here I want to hit first from Coburg with the $4.99 super chat. Says, just a little love. Life has prevented me from watching probably watching live. Congrats, and let's hit 200K. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes autocorrect gets us. I appreciate it, though. 200K, yes, sir, yes. That's next. That's the next goal. And we got Levesso the Samurai out here. Let's see, we got Levesso the Samurai out here on the Streamlab side. Says the only Scarlet Spider that matters is Kane. You goddamn right. Kane is good. I like Kane. It's weird too, because it dispels the myth. You know, people always say, "Oh, you don't like Ben Reilly because he's a Spider clone." It's like, no, I don't dislike him because of Spider clone. Because there's other Spider clones I do like. I dislike him because I just don't like the way he was introduced and how he was forced on me as a child, as a young Amazing Spider-Man reader. I will never forgive Marvel for allowing that slop, that dreck, the Spider Clone saga to have happened. Oh, okay. Anyway, we got 5 questions lined up in the chat. We're gonna run through them, and that's it. Yeah, I think let's go in. Let's go in. First, ladies first. Jasmine right here with questions. As someone who doesn't read Amazing Spider-Man, what is the deal with Paul? Is he really a mustache-twirling villain, or do the ASM fans just not like him? It's the latter. It's the latter. He's actually not a bad person. Paul is, like, I make a lot of jokes. I'm speaking facetiously when I say he's the most dastardly villain in the history of Spider-Man comics. I'm just making fun of the fact that people hate him. He's not a bad person. Paul is actually legitimately a very good dude. Like, there's a point early on in the run where they try and make you think that maybe there might be something up with him, but at the end of the day, he's just a guy who fell in love with a woman and he loves her. And there's a point where he's worried that, and obviously he spent time with MJ long enough that he knows who Peter is, to some degree or another, and he's worried that Peter's trying to fuck his shit up. So, but other than that, like, he's a legitimately good dude. But I think people just don't like him because, for one, he doesn't look that dissimilar from Peter. It's like he's a somewhat older, more mature looking Peter, and I think that's why people hate him, because secretly deep down they want that version of Peter, but at the same time they still want that piss poor ass Peter too, and they can't have their cake and eat it too. But yeah, that said, we've also got Malik Cooper with the question says, have you guys heard of a book called The Forge? Yes, I have, by Greg Rucka and Mike Henderson. P.S. I'm mad at y'all for putting me on the in-stock trades. I have 174 books in my wish list alone. Hey, I'm sorry. I apologize. I am right there with you. I actually had to go back and start deleting stuff. I was like, I'm not getting this. But no, The Forged, yes, I have read that book. I haven't read the most recent issues. I think I read the first 4 or 5. It's a good book, but I always like to warn people, it is not for the faint of heart. It is a book that is, it's almost like if someone took Warhammer 40K, but like made it more about female characters. That's the, I'm actually scared to even pull up an image. I'm actually scared to pull up an image from the comic, like, is really all you can do. The only thing you can really do is show the covers, because yeah, The Forged is one of those books. There's a lot of nudity. The covers are safe. But yeah, for those books, there's a lot of nudity. There's also some sexual activity, some lesbian love happening. But I'm gonna pull up one of the covers for the book. I like it. I think it's a fantastic book. I actually think more people you should check it out. I think it's great. But like I said, if you're one of those people, if you don't like comics that you think are if you're like, oh, this is what is this woke dreck that you are showing to me? Oh my God, what is this? Why have you done this to me? No, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna like it. But yes, if you're like here's it right here. This is issue 1 right here. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, where it says like a team of ultra lethal Imperial vixens, a cabal of sensuous space witches, a bug stomp on a distant hell world. Yeah, it's like that's basically the long and short of it. But yeah, it's really good. It's a bunch of like muscle mommy space marine type characters fighting alien monsters and space witches is what it says on the tin. But it's good. Solid book. I might do a video about it one of these days. But I like it. I think it's good. But I'm going to go into it right now. Your mileage will vary. A lot of people's mileage, I think, will vary. We got another one here. This is from Bill. Says, question, where the heck did Maxine Danger go? She can't fix her own problem since leaving New York. So that's the thing. She was in the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt tie-in. I don't know why I'm blanking on words. She was in that, and then she disappeared. She went into matter of fact, here. Let me 100% fact check myself. She shows up at the very ass end of the Amazing Spider, or actually, she's in the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt tie-ins. But the last time we see her, she and Spider-Man work together to get Morbius under control. And basically, the last thing we see her say is that I guess she implies that the Beyond Corporation has taken over this whole the fallout of all this vampire business. And she says, until next time, Spider-Man. And then, flies off into the sunset. That's what happened with Maxine Danger. But yeah, that's we don't know what she's up to now. I don't know what she's going to do going forward, but I can tell you this much. It's Nerd Large with the question says, Ernie Dill and Carterzon. Which hip-hop artist has, well, I'll answer this one. He won't be able to. Which hip-hop artist has the best comic-inspired nickname in your opinions? Glory to Blerd Minor. By the way, rip DJ Clark Kent. Yeah, I saw that the other day. That's yet another DJ and, pillar of hip-hop we have lost. DJ Clark Kent, which I believe was like 2 or 3 days ago. I believe he passed away. So for me, I know the easy answer seems like MF Doom, but I actually like someone else just a little bit better, and that's Jean Grey. For those who may or may not be familiar, Jean Grey. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm not gonna play any of her music because I ain't trying to get the stream taken down. But here, let's go here. We'll put it in here so I can pull it up. But Jean Grey, spelled Grae. This is actually an older picture of her. I'm trying to find like one of the, her current ones, but yeah, fuck it. We'll just go with what we got. This is what it is. But this is Jean Grey right here. She is, I believe she's based. I think she's based out of New York, but I discovered her like on a whim. I just stumbled into her music one day, and I was like, dude, she is a badass MC. And but yeah, her name's Jean Grey, and she's awesome. Her lyricism is in fact Omega level. I will say, just like a lot of hip hop that comes from like some of those early times, like the early aughts, and tens, I will say there are some of her songs that I cannot listen to anymore, or at least if I do, there are certain words that come out that might catch me off guard. That sometimes there's some slurs that pop up. But it's one of those things I'm just kind of like, I always have to remind myself, hip hop, it was a different time. But sadly, doesn't excuse it. But I do remember going on a road trip one day, and I was listening to some of her music in the car with my kid in the back seat, my wife, family, everybody's with us, and all of a sudden she drops an F slur, and I almost skid off the road because it literally caught me off guard. But other than that, yeah, she's great. She's great. Yeah, yes, because she gets real cerebral with it. That's goddamn right. And then we got last question here from the chat. This one from YTube Noob says, question, has there been any info on Champions as of late? This is the longest I've gone without a Champions book. So it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that. There is a Champions book on the way. There's a new Champions title on the horizon, and it is already being lambasted. You may have missed the memo on this one. This is the new Champions book that is on the way. We'll actually have some characters you're already familiar with. Spider-Boy is in there. And then the rest of these characters, to my understanding, are all new characters. We actually talked about this one down here on the bottom left. The Thor-centric character. This is the same one that the creator of said character did not find out that the character was going to be used in anything, and that also she was not getting any credit until she saw it announced on social media. So yeah, that's a kind of a tough one. But yeah, there's some other characters. You see the Magneto-centric character here. That's Magneta, I believe. There's a new She-Hulk style character over here. Got a Moon Knight style character. There's a Ghost Rider type one, a Ms. Marvel themed one. This one, I believe this character is Wakandan, but also kind of seems to be very Doctor Strange coded. I don't know if this is the original Kid Juggernaut, but I wouldn't be shocked. Then there's also these other two characters here who I'm not as terribly familiar with. So yeah, so yeah, there you go. That's that. I don't know about New Warriors. The New Warriors book that was supposed to come out got canceled. I don't know about that one. That book got canceled because people backlashed against it. So the rubber band broke on that one. John, so is there any movement on more Dynamite live streams? Yes, actually, I'm talking with both Amy Raniello and Nick Barucci about more. We're kind of plotting it. Right now, we're trying to figure out something in terms of maybe doing like a some of you may or may have not seen, there was a video I posted. Oh God, when was this? A week ago, I believe it was a week ago. I'm gonna, where'd it go? Yeah, here it is right here. You'll see it here. Right here, there was this video right here, Dynamite new releases. We did a little brief video. It didn't do terribly great, but I do plan to do more of them. I feel like it's one of those things, the more we do, maybe the more people will catch on with it. I'm going to try and maybe format it a little bit differently, maybe make them a little bit shorter so they can be more digestible. But Amy and I have been talking about, we're actually plotting doing another. I actually need to get back in touch with her. We're plotting doing another one here pretty soon. So I would say, yeah, if you think something like that would be interesting, y'all go check it out. Let me know what y'all think about it there. Like I said, it was one of those that we just kind of put out and did. I thought it was fun. We got to talk a little bit about some of the books that were on the way, books that had come out, and books that were about to come out. Maybe kind of get. I don't. It's not one of those we're like breaking anything down. We're just talking about the fact that this is a thing that is happening. But yeah, I do plan on more. Maybe the end of this month, possibly. I think is when we kind of tentatively talked about. But we'll just kind of have to go from there. But yeah, that said, and while technically we're kind of out of the questions phase, I will answer this one because I actually got to talk to one of the people who is involved. There's going to be a for those who don't know, There is going to be a new Shadow Cabinet series that's coming up. And I actually got to talk to one of the artists. Actually, when Gavin had treated me to Gus's, the artist or one of the artists, I think there's gonna be two different artists. I believe there's two different artists for the Shadow Cabinet book. But one of them is Daryl Banks, who treated me to Gibson's Donuts. After the Gus's meal. And for those, if you're not familiar, if you're not familiar with Daryl Banks, which, I mean, to be fair, I think you should be. I personally think you should be. Personally, Daryl Banks's claim to fame that you would probably know him for the most. Yeah, Gavin really did. Gavin actually really did. It actually worked out. It actually worked. And Daryl and I actually did talk about hooking up an interview. So we'll like say, yeah, Gavin totally hooked that up. But yeah, what most of you may or may not remember is, if I remember correctly, Daryl's he's actually responsible for one of the most I would say one of the most iconic covers. To my understanding, some of y'all might remember this. Some of y'all might remember this Green Lantern cover. What was this, Green Lantern? Yeah, 49. Yeah, some of y'all might remember that. But yeah, with all the rings, yeah, that is Daryl's out here. Daryl's out here on that shit. Daryl is out here. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get up with him, see if we can get a conversation going. Maybe get him and I believe who's writing that book? I think it's Joe Illidge. I think it's Joe Illidge that's writing that book. So yeah, I think yeah, we're gonna try and make that happen. We're gonna try and make it happen. I honestly think we can. I think we can make that happen. I think it's just gonna be a matter of just just getting it done. But the first issue for that comes out in like a couple of weeks. I think it comes out in a couple of weeks. And yeah. So I'm gonna try and see if I can maybe get something going with the guy. If I can get him and Joe on, even better. We'll have to kind of just go from there. But anyway, that's I think that's everything. I think it's everything. Are we caught up? Almost. Actually, I don't think we talked about the Streamlabs side. We got the Streamlabs side. Levesso Samurai with the 5 says the only Scarlet Spider that matters is Kane. I don't know if we actually talked about that one. Yeah, I think, yeah. Either way, we got it. That said, thank you all so much. This one actually ran a lot longer than I initially planned. We kind of went through the entire history of the Amazing Spider-Man under Zeb Wells. I will say in closing that I don't think anyone should hate Zeb Wells' Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man run. If anything, I think it's definitely something that a lot of people can learn from. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Like I said, I thought the early Chasm stuff was good. I thought the later Chasm stuff was bad. I actually liked aspects of, Spider-Man becoming the Green Goblin, maybe minus the costume that they used later, taking advantage of a storyline that didn't make a whole heap of a lot of sense under the Nick Spencer run with the Sin Eater, making good on that. And then, killing off Kamala Khan, I thought was a dumb idea for that to happen in a Spider-Man book of all places. Yeah, I didn't mind Paul. I didn't mind Mary Jane. I didn't mind any of that stuff. And I liked the Tombstone stuff as well. I thought, honestly, I actually kind of wish that they would have kept it. I feel like if Zeb Wells would have kept his Spider-Man run a bit more grounded down to like the Tombstone stuff and the Green Goblin stuff, I don't think a lot of people would complain about this run. Also think that, telling the story as out of order as it did not do the story any favors. But that's comics for you right there. And nothing can be done about it now, except that if you choose to read Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man in the future or again, maybe read it in the order that's supposed to happen, and I think it might make a lot more sense. Yeah. But that said, you know, we celebrate wins here, and no writer or artist gets to write or draw or do anything comic related. No one gets over 80 issues of anything. Hell, you don't get over 10 issues of anything if you ain't selling. So look, I think the elephant in the room needs to be addressed. A lot of people seem to have hated it. However, there was a lot more motherfuckers buying it. So there's a lot of motherfuckers buying it. So was it really as bad as everybody said it was? I don't know. I don't think so. There are motherfuckers that wish their shit was selling like that Amazing Spider. Dude, there's motherfuckers wish their shit was selling like Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man run for how bad it was being talked about. So no, I think that this is, look, man. I go to the Tim Seeley school of dealing with things I don't like. If I don't like something, you know what I do? I don't read it. I was still reading Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man off and on. Like, I would kind of like let issues stack up, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, let's basically I was waiting for the trade. That's basically what was happening with Zeb Wells, with the exception of like some of these last like few issues, because I was like, okay, this is when he said that like this is when his Spider-Man run was going to end. They started doing the Green Goblin stuff and the Tombstone stuff. I was like, okay, I'm back in week to week or every 2 weeks, whatever. But like after the Dark Web stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to wait for the trades. I was like, I'm going to wait for the trades. We're just going to wait for the trades. And that's what I did. And then 60 came out, read it, liked it. Only thing I don't like is that last page of Chasm. This is a bridge too far. And actually, no, correction. Triple dot. Joe Kelly and Justina Ireland are the writers. It's not just Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly and Justina Ireland are the new writers for Spider-Man going forward, at least through the 8 Deaths arc. So we'll see where that goes from there. I kind of wish it was just one or the other. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm curious. I don't know how this is going to work out, but all that said, yeah, I guess this has gone on long enough. I'm going to go get me something to eat, and I hope y'all have an amazing, wonderful, and amazing, happy, and great weekend. And yeah, make sure y'all are keeping a plus ultra out there in these streets, and I will see y'all next time. So for Carter Presents, who is not with us right now, he had to go run. I am the Blerd without fear. And Paul, you can go to hell.
Bye!
Oh, real quick. Yes, Joe. Yes, I do. I actually do say I don't like comics all the time. Trust me. I do. Anyway, bye.
Bye!
Oh, wait, psych. One last thing. Don't forget, this is actually very important. This is a very important message I think everyone in this world should know. Yes, I hate Black Sands. That's the comic I don't like. Also,
have a voice in your future. Register and vote.
And also, tell them the Blerd Without Fear sent you as well.
Bye!